Buddy, love the new outfit. This is exactly what I need to scoop Parker. Give me some of that web action. See ya, chump. What the hell?
Welcome to Demasked. My name is Frezzman, and today I'm joined by TimeSix. How's it going today?
Oh, it's going, my guy. It is going smooth. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Speaking of time, no.
Speaking of time, guess what this piece of shit did?
Guess who's late? No.
Real quick, cursing wise, do you want me to keep that down? Do you want to keep that to a limited?
Oh, I don't care, man.
Okay, because I curse like a sailor.
Yeah, I mean, if you've seen any of the past episodes, it's just like, yeah. It's not even worth trying to use like the censor beep to.
Yeah.
But no. So if I remember, I've been trying to interview you for a little while.
Yes, quite a few months.
Yeah, but the both of us have had like scheduling problems.
Yeah. I remember even when we were trying to like iron it out, there were like complications. It was like minor complications at first. And then it was just like both of us were like, okay, you ready? No. Okay. How about now? No. And then it's just that for months.
I already know shit's happened. All right. You already know I'm sick. Dude, I had to not cancel, but reschedule an interview recently because I got sick like the day before.
Oh my God.
It's like, hey, you want to do Saturday? Sure, Saturday sounds great. Oh no.
Actually, let's not fucking do Saturday.
It hurts to talk. Can't do it. Reschedule.
You know, I've actually never done a live interview. This would be my first, so be gentle with me.
Well, you get to be the forefront of my experiments.
Oh, you whore.
I've joked with some other YouTube persons that I've wanted to jokingly like invite somebody on and then just ask like way too personal questions in like rapid fire.
Just start off being like, that's incredible. Let's start off being like, hey man, how are you? So like, have you ever like have you ever like hit a homeless person with a baseball bat? Hello?
like the minute the episode starts, like, what's your real name? Where do you live?
What's your work? What's your IP address? How much do you make a year? What's your what's your social security number? We're just shooting the shit.
I'm just asking questions, man. I'm just asking questions.
Yeah, bro, calm down, man. I'm just asking questions.
God, you're getting really defensive right now.
Yeah, you knew you were coming to an interview. God.
Well, don't worry. There's no on this show. There's no script. There's no structure. There's no plan.
Oh, we're gonna just turn this into chaos. Then that's what we're gonna do.
Oh yeah. The image I like to give guests is that it's perpetually the image of like a car flying off of a cliff.
Oh, love it. Love it.
Even if you wanted to steer, we're already in the air.
We're already in the air. You can see the trees below us. You can take off your seatbelt. It's not going to do anything, but you can.
I'm uninstalling the airbag as we plummet.
Just like, hey, stop screaming and just turn up the music.
Turn it up to the point where it's just bass. Don't worry, I have a bunch of tannerite in the trunk.
Yeah, fret not. We're going to die.
Don't worry, I made sure we're not walking away from this. I planned for this.
Yeah, I planned for this for months. So, welcome to your doom.
Guess what? Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays. You're going to die.
And
no
a very
offense.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Yeah. You're going to die. And happy Kwanzaa.
So TimeSix, here's a question for you. What do you want for Christmas?
What do I want for Christmas? I want to stop world hunger, and I want to. I don't know. No, I want more world hunger. I want more world hunger. I feel like the world isn't burning fast enough. Capitalism, I feel like they could get much worse. Yeah. And also, I think like a nice sweater.
I'm having this image of like a kid hanging out with, Santa. What do you want for Christmas, Billy? He's like, a meteor.
What do you want for Christmas, Billy? Your demise, old man.
I think we should call it quits here.
On a real note though, I want studio monitors, which are like those really professional speakers. I would love to have like a nice pair of like professional speakers, because all I use is my headphones. And don't get me wrong, I'm a huge audio nerd, so I always have to have like some sort of, not top of the line headphones, but I have to have really, really good headphones. But damn, it gets so uncomfortable.
I more so have like a preferred brand that I use.
Oh, what's your go-to?
And if I could verbally look into the camera and go, hey, please sponsor me. But I specifically use, it's because I'm used to the specific product, but it's the Skull Candy in-ear earbuds.
Really?
And specifically wired. I'm not a big fan of wireless stuff.
So ironically enough, I have just gotten into wireless stuff. I used to be the same exact way. I used to be very like predominantly against Bluetooth stuff. But then I had these headphones. They were Studio something. The brand is called Studio. Fantastic quality. I mean, top of the line, really pristine stuff. But because of the wire, I think it was because it was a short wire too. It kept getting like snagged on the desk, and then sure enough, eventually, the plastic around the one wire piece broke. So then these incredible, beautiful sounding headphones turned to trash because of a wire. So I was just like, I can't. I have to have something more free range. So I got I think they're Logitech something. Expensive as hell. Unnecessary expensive. But they're good.
well, the problem I run into, because I do own a pair of wireless headphones, but the problem I have is that I constantly like take one out if I'm like talking to somebody or if I'm doing something, and I like tuck it into my shirt if I'm wearing my wired Skull Candies. But the problem is I can't really do that without losing one of the wireless ones.
Yeah, that'll do it. That's why I hate earbuds or the in-ear pieces. I always have over-ear muffs.
I can't do it. My head heats up too much and like cooks my ears.
Yeah, that is another reason why I want speakers, because that almost irrational heat that I get inside my ears sucks, and I hate that, and I hate it a lot.
See, what you need to get is the giant, like, what's the it's not a sousaphone, it's not a saxophone, it's, oh my god, what's it called? Gramophone. Oh my god.
We got it.
The giant, like, brass cone.
Yeah, just no. Actually, I think I'm gonna pass on that one. I think.
You know what? I'm gonna turn it down.
Yeah, interesting concept, interesting idea. No.
They're gonna turn it down. Well, these type of skull. I understand that I'm pointing to nothing right now. Like nobody can see me, but I'm like pointing at my headphones.
These things. What the fuck are you talking about? Shut up. These things.
Yeah, that thing in my room over there.
Yeah.
You know. But they used to have a soldering problem with like the contacts of the tiny board that's inside the earbud.
Yeah.
Thankfully, they're really easy to fix.
So you fixed it yourself?
Oh yeah.
Oh shit! Look at you go.
Yeah. I've been thinking about making videos about it, but I fix electronics in my spare time.
Yeah, I think you should. I think that'll,
Yeah.
especially like that type of stuff, because a lot of
Yeah.
IT stuff is just how to fix whatever error
Yeah,
code pops up, blah blah blah. But when it gets into that nitty gritty stuff, I feel like that's a
Yeah,
high demand, low supply. I feel like you'd be able to benefit off of that.
oh man. So one of my main side hustles, if you're willing to put it that way,
Ooh.
is fixing like game controllers.
Huh.
Well,
That's
a
interesting. I've never heard of that before.
Well, the thing is, a lot of times it's just like regular cleaning that it needs, and like not as far as I usually go, but just put some air into the little knobs where the joysticks go because hair gets trapped in there,
Yeah.
that sort of thing. It really helps with controller drift.
I was just
And
about to ask if that'll do something for drifting because I know the Switch, the Joy-Cons are terrible with that.
oh yeah, to the point where I had to straight up order new thumbsticks for those.
Jesus.
Yeah, gentlemen, I was helping with it, and thankfully they're very easy to install. It's not like it comes in like a packet of pieces. Like it's literally just like a part that you got to plug into the board, and that's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then you just screw the actual like it's like a little metal square, and you screw that into the housing, and then slap it all back together.
Oh, snazzy.
Yes, but a gentleman I was helping. So I live in Oregon, and weed is very popular here.
Oh, lucky.
Very, very, very popular here. And I used to live with a bunch of people who were all potheads and all this. But gentleman, friend of my friend, or brother of my friend, gives me this controller, and I plug it in to see if any of the buttons work, and like half of the face buttons don't work.
Jesus.
Yeah, like it's a PS4 controller, and like square and triangle do nothing, and like one of the sticks and the D-pad don't do anything.
Sure. Why not?
And I open it up, and I'm overwhelmed with the smell of weed. And what it is it's like a hash oil that he like spilled on the inside of his controller.
Man got his controller high as shit. His controller's
Yeah.
like, you want me to do what? You want me to press triangle? Nah, man, that's try tomorrow.
This isn't Nintendo.
Actually, ironically enough, I have something similar. We had just barely gotten our hands on a PS5.
Uh-huh.
So, of course, it was stupidly expensive. So we had these two white controllers, beautiful controllers, by the way, and we had a Halloween party. And we made this drink. Now, this is an actual drink. It's called Dirty Bong Water, and it's foul. It will kill you. it will just genuinely kill you. I think there's about 9 shots of alcohol per cup. It's stupid. Dumb. So, but it's delicious too, which is even worse. So I guess at some point, some of the people at the party went downstairs into the basement to, like, I don't know, do something, rather play music or play pool or whatever, and they had spilled the Dirty Bong Water onto both controllers. So now the controllers, the one works, the one doesn't, but when you press on it, there's like a good second delay. You'll press on it and you can watch the button just slowly come back up from all the fucking syrup that's inside of the controller. It's so gross. We can't even be mad about it because we have no idea who did it. Like, it gets to a point where it's like, yeah, it's kind of our fault. We shouldn't have had the PS5 out, but also like, damn, it's our house.
It's like leaving glassware around a bunch of kids.
Yeah, like, damn,
It's
whose fault is it really, though?
It's like, oh no, they broke the glass. Like, but we did leave it like in the open.
Yeah, that was kind of our fault. No one wants to admit that, though. No one wants to go, hey, that was our fault.
So I have a PS5 controller, not a PS5, just the controller.
Oh, okay.
Well, so Without giving too much away, I work at a hotel part-time.
Yeah, what's the name of this hotel and the address?
Where exactly is
Yeah,
it?
where exactly? What's your full name, by the way?
Hi, my name is Frezzman. But they sort of have like a finders keepers policy there for like if you find like jewelry, you got to turn that in, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's like somebody left like a Hot Wheel or somebody like a
Yeah,
toy
that kid
car.
can eat shit.
Yeah.
That's yours
Good
now.
luck, loser.
Good luck, dork. Way to lose your
Christmas is
favorite toy.
canceled.
Yeah. This was your Christmas present? It's mine now, dumbass.
But I have this PS5 controller that somebody left behind, and I can't for the life of me figure out how they left it behind.
Yeah, really though.
But so it ended up in the laundry, and one of the front desk people were doing laundry, and it just like tumbled out of a sheet. And they're like, "Oh," it's like, "Well, do you know anybody who'd use this?" I'm like, "I know somebody." Me.
Yeah, I know somebody. That somebody is me.
And I heard you can plug it into the PC,
Really?
but I haven't. It's been sitting in this drawer, and every once in a while I'll just open the drawer, look at it, and then slowly close the drawer again.
It's like Gollum with the ring, but you're actually resisting it. You're like,
Yeah.
precious. No, I mustn't.
I'll be like Boromir, all this suffering over such a small thing. But okay. Now, do you have a controller set up on your PC?
I do not. I prefer mouse and keyboard.
Same here, but for when it comes to like third-person games, I'll sometimes switch to a controller because it's a little easier. Like that's very rare, but I have a weird bastardized setup.
Okay.
So I want to say it was the DualShock 4 or no, DualShock 3 for the PlayStation 3 doesn't read natively with PC.
Yeah, you need some sort of a third party program, right?
Yeah, sort of what was it? It's like DSX emulator or something like that.
Yeah. I tried doing that with my laptop ages ago, but my laptop was a dinky little piece of shit, so that didn't do anything.
But I found an even stranger solution.
Oh, that's always good.
So say I start playing a game and I start to use this controller, it doesn't show me the square, triangle, circle, X. It shows me A, B, X, Y, like it's an Xbox controller.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's a program I actually really enjoy how easy it was to set up. It's called SCP Driver.
I think I've heard of that before.
But all it does is just take the input from your controller and just switch it to Microsoft, like Xbox. And it works like a dream. It's plugged in. I refuse to go wireless, at least for PC. But it even shows like the player one light on it and everything.
Oh shit! There you go.
Yeah.
No, I refuse to go wireless for PC as well. Everything needs to be wires. Headphones is the first thing out of all of this time that I'm finally able to like move on to, and that's only because the charging cord, and also because I get to use it while it charges. The charging cord is like 10 feet long, so like, yeah, I'm okay with it.
Now, do you have a favorite peripheral?
Favorite peripheral of
Either PC or something you forced to work on PC.
Oh, it's definitely favorite PC. You mean Jesus, I can't think straight. Do you mean like I prefer PC over
Console?
like console, or do you mean like over Apple? Like I should say, I guess Windows over Apple.
This is where the argument starts. Are you a Mac or a PC user?
I'm a PC user.
Good.
Oh, okay. So yay, we get to avoid that argument because I was gonna say if you're a Mac user, I'm just gonna laugh.
Just
This whole entire interview, I was just gonna sit there and be like, "You idiot."
Dude, roommate of mine years ago bought a. So you know how it's really hard to update the operating system to Macs?
Mm-hmm.
You have to use, was it Sierra to try to do that?
Something like that. I think it's been at least a good 8 years since I've last touched an Apple product.
The last time I used a Mac was like high school.
Literally, yeah.
And that was like 2013.
Yeah, literally exactly when I had it. I had a little iPhone, and oh my god, I hated that thing so much. I just fell into fucking peer pressure because everyone's like, oh my god, Mac, Apple, iPhone. And I was like, fine, I'll get it. And I used it, and I was like, this thing fucking sucks. I hate this thing so much.
So my buddy, love him to death, but he bought this, like, one of the all-in-one PCs, or no, excuse me, all-in-one Macs.
All-in-one Mac?
Where it's just the monitor, but the entire computer is contained within the monitor.
Ew, yeah, ew.
That's the correct phrasing. He's like, hey, I bought this for like $100 off my buddy. I'm like, you paid too much? Because that computer is like 10, 12 years old.
Yeah, I was gonna say those are hideous too.
Well, he's like, can you update it, or can we install Steam? I'm like, I can fucking try. It's like, do you think it'll run Skyrim? I'm like, Skyrim wasn't out when this computer was...
Yeah, right. I was about to say, I don't think Skyrim was even out when that happened.
I feel for him, but apparently they did get it sorted out. Not on the Mac, but they actually got him a PC.
There we go. So he got converted over.
Yep.
Right,
he's seen the light.
Yeah, he's seen the light. My roommate's...
The rainbow RGB light.
Yeah. I won't get into too many details, but I'll just say my roommate's one friend is like heavily into photography, and they're trying to find, like, you know, that they were good with camera wise. Well, they use their phone, but still, I mean, most phones nowadays almost take better pictures than cameras. So they were using their phone, and they're like, oh, well, I kind of want to touch it up on like Photoshop. So they were asking me about it because I'm a graphic designer, and I was like, oh, well, Photoshop, Illustrator, but if you don't want to even use like Adobe products, I was giving them, you know, all these
GIMP.
different free programs. Yeah, exactly. Like GIMP, you could use Krita. But I was like, what do you...
Is Krita any good?
Oh, my personal opinion is I prefer Krita over Illustrator.
Okay, because I use
actually
standard
genuinely
Photoshop.
Oh, I mean, Photoshop's my go-to, but for like drawing-wise, I actually prefer Krita. I just don't like Photoshop's way of, what's the word, like anti-aliasing or something like that. I just don't like it.
Oh, anti-aliasing, yeah.
That's how you say it, yeah. See, that my problem is I'm stupid. But
Don't worry,
I asked him.
I am too.
Yeah, hell yeah. I asked him, I was like, so what would you be using this on, like a laptop or like a computer? And she was like, oh, it's on a Mac. And I was like, what? Why? Why on a Mac? That doesn't, it's not, why? Just why? And they're like, oh, well, I need it for...
No!
Yeah, it's literally like, no! I almost had you over to the winning side, and now you're going to do this. But apparently their job or whatever requires them to work with Mac. So it's like, on one end, I feel bad for them because they're not really... You know, they only have so much control over what they can buy. But then they went out and bought like a $2,000 laptop. And I was like, I'm going to be nice. You are so fucking stupid. That's me being nice. I'm being generally kind.
All right, second tier of computer question.
Go for it.
Desktop or laptop?
It's desktop.
Good.
I have 3 monitors right now. I can't do that shit with a laptop.
No, like, I had my hands like clasped in prayer. I'm like, please say desktop, please.
No, I understand the benefits of a laptop, don't get me wrong. But,
oh, yeah.
like, nah, for me, it's desktop 24/7.
Well, like, okay. If anybody out there is like a laptop elitist,
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Well,
No, I'm just kidding.
get out of here.
I'm just kidding.
Freak. Oh, that's gonna come back to haunt me. I'm like,
Yeah, there we go.
Can you believe what Frezzman said
Yeah,
that about laptop users? But or like I get like a tech sponsor that's only laptops.
Yeah, right.
But I like it, and it's a minor thing, but I think that the phrase gaming laptop is an oxymoron.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is.
Sure, it can run whatever current game, but I can't imagine the heat coming off of that thing.
I was gonna say, yeah, you can run like some nice games. However, you can also burn a hole into your desk, or just melt the skin off of your legs.
You ever watch those like Lenovo commercials or like Alienware?
Oh,
Commercials?
Alienware, yeah.
Dude, there's something I love dearly about like inaccurately represented like video game playing in commercials. There was one, it was some like back projection monitor or some weird thing that I think Lenovo was pushing.
Oh, I do remember hearing about that.
And they're like, play with the highest frames, and it's like a lady with like a controller, and she's like, you can hear the sticks just like like she's beating the shit out of this controller. But then the camera turns around and it's like a car driving through a city, and the car is like unimpeded by her button presses. Like it's just driving in a straight line, and she's just like throwing the sticks back and forth, and the car isn't moving.
It's like all those memes about when you're like, when your little nephew comes over and he wants to play a game, so you give him a disconnected controller. Like, no, yeah, you're playing, you're doing great.
You give him the see-through Mad Cats that you didn't plug in.
Or my favorite is way back then when like the PS3 was like the huge thing. I would see like, you know, all those Dorito commercials and everything, and they would be plastered all over stores. There was this one in particular where it was like, I guess it was supposed to be like either a brother and a sister or a boyfriend and girlfriend, or if you're in West Virginia, it's the same thing, where they're like sitting beside each other and they're both playing the PS3, but like both of their controllers are off. Like the light, because the PS3 controllers had the lights in the background or behind the controller, and they were off. And I was like, you're not even trying. You're not even trying the bare minimum to show that they're playing the game.
Oh, God. There was one that I saw. You ever watch The Office?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I want to say it's an early season, but it's like right when Call of Duty 4 came out for the 360.
Are you talking about they're playing Modern Warfare?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first one.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you can see it so clearly on the TV in the background. They're doing split screen 2-player. One person's running around, which I think was like John Krasinski. And then I can't remember what's the name of the HR guy. It's not Doug. Is it Doug?
The HR guy. This is when he was in a new office. When Jim was in a new office. So actually I don't know who the guy was.
Oh no, that was Call of Duty Finest Hour that he was playing on the PC.
Oh.
Oh, why do I remember that?
I don't know. I'm actually impressed. I applaud you for that.
Okay. So I guess I gotta tell you about it now.
Yeah, go for it.
I've got something that I like to call the Rolodex. And are you aware of like what an actual Rolodex is?
Yeah.
Like the thing spins on your desk. So you know how most people, if you bring up something that they're familiar with, they'll stop, think about it, and go like, "Oh yeah, I kind of remember that thing."
Yeah.
For me, that action is involuntary. So somebody will be like, "Yeah, Spider-Man," and then somewhere in my brain there's a desk with a light on it, and then a Rolodex just slides into frame, goes, and then finds all of the things I know about Spider-Man. And so when you're like, "Yeah, Jim's at the new office," just click, 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 click. Like, yeah,
Call of Duty, and I was like, "Whoa, whoa, what?"
Call of Duty Finest Hour, yeah. But no, it's when it's like, I want to say season 1 or something, where they're having like a house party, and you can just see like one of them just slowly turning in a circle, like not playing the game at all. I'm like, at least he's trying. He's
like,
giving his best.
Yeah, you know what? We'll applaud. We'll clap.
The Rolodex is a gift and a horrible, horrible curse.
Is it more of a gift or more of a curse?
Well, when I'm at family gatherings and then somebody is like, this is a real question somebody asked me. They're like, my cousin turns to me and goes, "Hey, wasn't there a dildo in one of the Saints Row games?" And like a weapon.
Yeah.
And then the Rolodex spun up and I went, the weapon's called the Penetrator and it was available in both Saints Row 3 and 4.
And now your whole entire family is like, why do you know that?
Yeah, he just kind of like looked at me, looked at our other cousin, and he's like, all right.
It just went, what the fuck?
Yeah. It's fun, especially when especially when talking like video games or like comic books or movies.
When you really get to like just go all out.
That's why I like the Marvel movies.
Yeah, I was gonna say, have you seen? I guess we can't really talk about this. I was gonna say, have you seen the new Spider-Man?
Yes, I have.
Oh, so fucking good.
So, I went and saw it with one of my siblings and their significant other, and neither of them are into comics. I am. And so like, yeah, it was pretty good. And I'm sitting there like, oh my god,
like, holy shit! And then you look over and they're making out, and you're like, ew, gross. We're here for Spider-Man.
I'm like, oh yeah, this is great. And I just hear like, hey man, you want some more popcorn?
Damn it! Do you not see the Spider-Man on the fucking big old screen? Yeah, look at him! Look at it!
I don't know if you ever run into this, but like you start going off on a tangent and you can just see whoever you're talking to's eyes glaze over.
Oh, absolutely. Oh my god, yes. But I'm already too far into the energy, so I'm just gonna keep going.
Well, what I usually do is I'll save them like the half an hour that the dissertation's gonna take. And I'll just like, yeah, Spider-Man No Way Home's based off this one comic called No More Day, and also partially based on a story called Happy Birthday that premiered in 2003. And I just like start, and I can see their eyes glaze over. And I'm like, so yeah, it's pretty cool, and I just end it there.
Actually, I get the same exact way whenever like people talk about like politics. Like as soon as someone starts talking about like, especially when like Trump was in office. Someone be like, have you seen what Trump just said? And like next thing, as soon as I hear that name, my mind just goes like, hey, like what's for dinner later on? Like, I should probably work on something later. And then I'll notice that they're still talking. And I'm like, oh, that was really rude of me. But also, I don't care.
Well, like especially like with non-specific political events.
Yeah.
Or not current, but like I want to say like a month or two ago, a certain trial that occurred. Like I was like avoiding it, and then I'm hanging out with my dad, and he's like, "So yeah, this trial thing." I'm like, "Oh,
yeah, really." I was doing so good.
I was almost home.
Yeah, I was almost
free and clear. We're almost done with this car ride, please.
Yeah, don't do this now.
No. Like I just like I don't try to dismiss whenever somebody tries to discuss it with me, but I'll just immediately slide into something else.
Yeah, right. Try and branch off into anything as quick as possible.
Did you hear about this thing? Hey, that new Matrix movie came out.
Yeah, right. The worst part is when they try and like rope it right back into what they're saying, and it's like, damn it. Like, I tried my escape and it didn't work. They really want to talk about this. Fuck.
Have you seen Have you seen Matrix Resurrections yet?
I have not seen it yet.
I saw it yesterday.
How was it?
It's how do I word it? It's not bad. Thankfully, it's not bad.
No, that's good.
But there are parts, and I think it's more writing contrivances, that parts of it were okay. Like they give really solid explanations and very solid ideas, but it's more of like how do I word it? It's like, here's an example I'll give. So say you're watching a Superman movie, right?
Yeah.
And Superman is fucking Superman. He can fly, right? But then there's a scene of him stepping into an elevator to get to the top floor of a building.
Okay.
In his Superman costume, uninhibited by any social norms that Clark Kent would put forth. Like, it's that level of like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, right. Like, why are you doing this?
Yeah, or like, wait a minute, why not just do this? And then, yeah.
Yeah. No, I can understand how that would be kind of like almost disconnect you from things, because it almost like seems like it brings you back into your reality. Like, oh yeah, of course this guy's, taking the elevator, and then, you have to realize that,
wait a second.
Wait a minute, this is fucking Superman.
I mean, he could just carry the whole elevator with him if he wanted.
He could do it with like 3 fingers. Why are you standing in it? You can fly.
So, okay, this is not off topic, partially on topic, but I need your take on this.
Go for it.
Superman versus Goku.
Ooh, controversial. All right. Superman versus Goku. Is there a certain nowadays Goku?
So, personally, I have a very simple answer.
Yeah.
That for some reason, I've started checking Facebook more, but because I've joined like a comic book group where they're just arguing about shit all the time. And that's the one argument that there's one thing that nobody in those threads brings up.
Go for it. What is this?
Superman doesn't have to power up.
That's fair. He's always permanently strong.
Yeah, there's no like stages of him being strong. He could just go to base level Goku and just kind of put his hand through his chest. But before Goku has time to go, ah!
Yeah, before he has hold on, Superman, before you attack, give me at least 3 episodes so I gotta scream.
Eat the sensu bean, and then I gotta get into the stance, and then
then I gotta put my legs apart, and bro, I'm gonna scream. Superman's just like,
so loud.
Yeah, so loud, bro. I swear to God, rocks are gonna start floating. You just gotta give me the time, bro. Just gotta give me about 3 to 4 episodes.
And then Superman does what he did to Shazam in Injustice and just shoot a laser through his head.
Yeah, bro. Oh my God, yo. When I very first discovered that, I was like, yeah, I know Injustice is dark and disturbing, but like Shazam's a kid. He just fucking laser beamed a kid in the head.
Hey,
Superman said, "Shut up, pew," and then killed a small child through the skull with his eye fire.
Have you read, was it Superman Kingdom Come?
I have not read it, but there's this YouTube channel that I used to listen to very often where he would narrate comics, and he would go through, pretty much like, I don't know if there is technically non-canon, but he would go through all of the canon series of Injustice, prequels and sequels, and then sequels after that, and then apparently there's like branch-offs of, Injustice for like different Earths.
Yeah.
So he would narrate that, but I can't remember which one, if I actually heard Kingdom Come.
So Kingdom Come was a story from, I want to say it was the 80s. It was illustrated by the amazing artist that is Alex Ross. But it kind of covers like the future of the DC universe.
Okay.
Like kind of what happens when both heroes get old, and then when new heroes have like less regard for people's safety.
Oh.
And there's a moment where they're fighting a like mind-controlled Shazam, and it's the creepiest thing because he has like this very... You ever see like artwork of the 50s and the 60s where everybody's like smiling and they have that smile that looks like it's just a wall of teeth?
Yeah.
He's got that smile, just like this genuine, like, yeah, as he's like beating Superman into the dirt.
Jesus.
It's fucking scary. And there's a moment where he's walking through a party of like freshly recruited superheroes, and he's not talking to anybody, but he still has that fucking smile on his face.
Oh my God.
And he's like poking and prodding at people's like costumes and items that they have with them. he like walks up to somebody with a bow and arrow, takes the arrow out and like looks at it and just like puts it back in the quill and walks away.
With
and
a
like,
gigantic smile.
Yeah, he's just like genuinely just like, yeah. And then puts it back in the quill and walks away, and they're like, what the fuck was that about?
Like, yo, should he be here? Should he be in superpower form?
Do we need to go?
Yeah, I think we should leave.
Does he know who I am? Do I need to run?
Speaking of morbid comics, I'm sure you know of Invincible, but have you seen it?
You bet I have.
Hell yeah. What about the comics?
How do I word it? It was one of those things where I watched the show first before reading the comics, but I kind of want to see what they do with the animation before I go back and read the comics.
Right.
Although I will say I was looking up the comic panels of like what covers the first season, and some shit got spoiled for me. So
yeah. I was the same way. I watched Invincible before the comics, because at first I was like, when I saw it, I was like, I don't really care for, I just don't really care for TV series. But then, I don't know what it was. I think I saw the Think Mark Think meme, and like I saw like Mark was like covered in blood, and I was like, oh damn, they don't normally go into that detail. And I did like a minuscule of research, and then it was just like everywhere. Most gory show in the world, blah blah blah, all this stuff.
Episode 1, check it out.
Oh my god, yeah. So I was actually at a beach house with a bunch of friends, and we were all hungover as hell, so we weren't doing anything for the day. And it was an Airbnb, so whoever was hosting it gave us their Prime login. So we're like, fuck it, let's watch a few episodes of Invincible. Well, we ended up binge watching the entire season because it was just that fucking good. But like the first episode, like we're all like, okay, this is your typical. It's a good show, but this is your typical superhero versus bad guys. And then the last like 5 minutes of the episode hits, and then it rolls credits, and the room was just silent. We all just kind of stared at each other, and we're just like, what the fuck are we watching?
Well, so the end of that season, I was expecting it not to go that hard.
Yeah, that really.
I'm like,
kind of
he's
slammed.
gonna talk him out of it. It'll be fine. And then you get to the point where it's like, I don't think he's gonna make it.
Yeah. Actually, it was the end of that season that made me interested in the comics, because I was just like, okay, what the fuck is happening next? I need to know. Like, you can't really just have this gigantic moment happen and then kind of just be like, okay, anyway, they went their separate ways. So I got into the comics, and then I ended up like really getting into the comics. Like I said, I watch a bunch of comic book YouTubers. So there's this guy who like thoroughly explains the history and lore of each individual character. So lo and behold, I got spoiled on everything before I could even like finish reading the comics, which I guess that's fine. I was going to find out anyway. But yeah, I don't know. It turns out season 1 of the show kind of got its like timeline really. It's just all over the place. A lot of things that were happening weren't supposed to happen like that. But yeah, I guess that's really what happens when it comes to adaptations. They kind of just fuck it up. It wasn't in a bad way. It was just kind of like, oh, that wasn't supposed to happen yet if you're comparing to the comics.
Well, the problem I run into, at least with the conversion from like comics to movies, is like especially with like DC and all this, where they don't have enough budget or people to get all of the characters that were in the original story.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen Batman vs Superman?
I have.
So that movie is 2 comic book stories crushed together.
Yeah.
And what's weirder is like those comics take place like 20 years apart. Like, yeah.
And they're like, no, it happens in one night.
But then, well, it's even weirder because it happens in like the reverse chronological order.
Yep.
Like, it's supposed to be Superman Doomsday and then The Dark Knight Returns, but then they did Dark Knight Returns, then Superman Doomsday. And like, that, and there's like a shitload of characters that are missing. Granted, I don't know if I want a movie version of Frank Miller's universe, because shit gets real weird.
I do want to kind of say that's probably falls onto Joss Whedon. I know he fucked up a lot when it came to DC. I think the Snyderverse... I mean, I don't think the Snyderverse really was as great as everyone said it was. I still had a lot of faults with it. But I think the Snyderverse just tremendously better than Joss Whedon's version.
Okay. I have something. I have a gripe.
Oh?
So, Justice League. You know, the Snyder cut. The focus of people's attention for like the last year and a half until it came out.
Yeah.
So, in the original cut, there's a question that is not answered. In fact, they almost outright refuse to answer it. And when the Snyder cut came out, everybody within screaming distance was talking about it, including the clerk at my local GameStop. So I'm standing in there, and he goes, "Hey, did you see that the Snyder cut came out?" And I go, "Did they answer the question?" Like, what question? So, in the original cut, they do not explain how the Flash gets his powers. In fact, they write it in such a way that he literally shouldn't have them yet.
That's interesting. I never even realized that.
So, in the comics, he works as a forensics analyst for the Central City PD, right? And that's where he gets struck by lightning and becomes the Flash. Justice League, the film, ends with Barry going, "Hey, Dad, look, I'm now going to be a forensics analyst." after everything has already happened.
Did you see the Flash trailer that came out?
I did, and I am worried.
I don't know. That might be somewhat answering that question. Could be. Now that the whole theory of like multiverse and multiple Earths is out, it could just be like, oh, we are watching a different Earth version than what the actual lore is. You know, they could just throw it to the wind like that.
Oh, God. It happened off screen. Don't worry about it.
Literally, though. Oh, it happened off screen, so move on.
Well, the main thing I'm worried about is the main drive, because that film was based off of Flashpoint. And, like, they did... Have you read Flashpoint?
I have not.
So the drive, the main... It's not really a spoiler because it's a thing that's affected Barry for years. But the reason Flashpoint occurs is because he goes back in time to save his mom from dying.
Yeah, okay.
But in the comics, it's sort of like passively explained that he kind of made the decision to go back, and that's why the whole Flashpoint happens. And then in like the animated film, and it's a version I like a little bit more. It's like they capture the Reverse Flash, and the Reverse Flash is like, "Ha, punk ass bitch, couldn't save your mom, ha, loser." And then Flash is like, "I'm gonna go save my mom."
No, I'm gonna
And
go do it.
I'm gonna do it because you told me to. But that's what I'm worried about, is that there hasn't been a Reverse Flash introduced into that universe yet. So, like, what is the... If, I swear to God, if he's hanging out with, like, his dad in prison, his dad goes, "God, I wish your mom was here," and that's it? That's the drive?
The most vague fucking plot drive.
Yeah.
Hey, son, remember your mom? Wow, I do. I'm going to fucking change the entire timeline now.
Man, if only somebody could move fast enough to go back in time to fix it.
It's going to be something really stupid. They're going to order pizza and be like, you know, your mom used to really like anchovies. And he's going to be like, yeah, she did. And then he's going to go upstairs and be like, wait a minute. How fast can I go? Can I change the timeline? And that's it. That's the entire movie. They talked about anchovies. And now everyone's fucked.
And then they have a big pizza party.
Yeah.
Well, the best part is in the comic, there's this moment of like, none of what occurs in the comic is the Reverse Flash's fault. Like, he doesn't do anything to start this. And so when everything's gone to hell and Barry is blaming him, he just like points back to everybody killing each other. He's like, "Look what you did." I worry about that film.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if, well, I don't want to say I shouldn't be surprised if it gets fucked, because that's kind of just what DC does. They kind of are just like, look at this really cool concept, that everyone goes, holy shit, they're doing it, and then they drop it. They're holding a giant wedding cake, and then they trip down the aisle.
That what's it called? That panel from Comic-Con right before Batman vs. Superman came out was the funniest thing.
I have not seen that, but I am so interested in that. What the fuck happened?
It's just a small snippet, but Zack Snyder's standing there and he goes, "We're doing a completely original story, brand new, never been done before." And then the movie comes out, it's literally these two comic book stories that you mashed together.
No, because this one thing didn't happen, so it's technically my story. I did it. I saved the day.
Lex Luthor has hair.
Yeah.
It's different.
And remember, in the comics, he didn't have hair, and everyone's like, wow, that's really original. You did it. Good job, man.
No, he didn't have hair in the comics, and somebody's like, but he did. He did in, several realities.
Yeah, in Earth Realm 0478, he had hair. Oh, well, then it's that realm. And everyone just goes, yeah, okay.
Well, it's Earth 616. You mean like the Marvel movies?
Yeah, right. So, I was talking to this person about the Endgame, or I guess Endgame, but about both, about Infinity War and Endgame. Yeah. How do you feel about how they portrayed Thanos in the sequel?
So, excuse me, I was in the middle of taking a drink.
Yeah, I do that too, yeah.
See, I like the idea of it as a younger Thanos, one that hasn't attained that Zen-like tranquility that Infinity War Thanos had.
Yeah.
So the fact that he's a semi-arrogant piece of shit, I kind of like that. Plus, I think there's also the driving force of him seeing that his plan didn't work out.
So you think it's the whole ravage the earth? Do you think that's just a coping mechanism? He's like, well, that didn't work, so I'm just gonna fucking kill him.
Well, so throughout Infinity War, he's like, I have to do this. I'm trying to help you.
Yeah,
I'm trying to
right.
help everybody.
I've experienced the negative sides of what's going on with you, and I'm going to save you, and you just don't know it. And I understand that you don't know it.
Yeah, but then, like, early Thanos, who's still, I wouldn't say a young man, but slightly less zen, more proud, sees that he succeeded, but not only did he succeed, his own daughters turned on him, and then he was murdered. And then he's like, you know what? Fuck him.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna
fuck it.
I'm gonna tear the universe a new one, and I'm just gonna remake the whole thing.
So, I still thought it was a good movie. Don't get me wrong. I didn't like how they portrayed Thanos, but I mean, you make a good point. I think the one thing, and this is just me picking at just most unnecessary detail, is, you know, Doctor Strange opens up all the portals. Lo and behold, everyone comes through. Everyone's saved, and then they're about to have this gigantic fight, and it's Iron Man and Pepper. And it's those two fighting Thanos while everyone's having a gigantic fight. It's like a 5-second scene. And Pepper shoots out her beams from her hands, and she also has the beams coming from her suit. And Thanos is just spinning his blade. But he's spinning it so fast that it's deflecting the light.
Yeah.
When I saw that, I was like, I get Thanos is strong, and I get that he's this almighty titan. But all he has is the glove. Like, he has fucking strength, sure. You're telling me he can spin a gigantic helicopter blade so fast it stops the speed of light. Like, what the fuck was that about? I saw that and I was like, come on. Like, I know it's a comic book movie, but come on.
Well, then there was the other side of it. So I don't get into arguments about, like, how do I word it? There's a way I'm trying to word it. Captain Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That character by fans got so overhyped.
Yeah, really though.
That it was, I laughed and I didn't mean to, because they're like, look, she's the strongest Avenger. She's gonna murder Thanos. It's gonna be so cool. And then she, like, gets backhanded, and then that's the end of the fight. And I'm like, all right.
Yep. Okay, that was that.
That's all it took to stop. Oh, all right. If a regular guy in a metal suit can survive having a moon thrown at him, but you can't handle a shot to the chest, like, and you have cosmic powers, something's got to change.
So something's not right here. Wait a minute.
Something's not working out. And, like, so when she gets, like, uppercut by the Power Stone, which is like,
yeah, really. Yeah, no, I totally get that. Just being like, sure, okay.
Well, like, the minute she's charging Thanos, I'm like, all right, here it comes. Like, let's do this. Cool fight. And then I'm like,
Just gets absolutely bonked.
Like, all right, you did it.
Yeah, what matters is you tried.
You really put your best foot forward.
Yeah. Participation trophy for you. Everyone's going to die, but what matters is you got a trophy.
I will say, I don't think there are very many movies out there that I've seen in theaters that have gotten the type of audience reaction that Endgame has.
Yeah. Actually, I guess I was trying to think of. I feel like there was a movie that came out not too long ago that had just such chaotic energy to it. But actually, I don't really
Joker
think so.
did. At least in my theater.
Joker was an incredible movie, first of all. But I don't know. When I saw Endgame, it was just kind of like, it was a whole brand new vibe. Like, it felt unreal. Almost like you felt like you're going to, like, a concert for the first time.
Well, why? You know what? Fuck it. If you haven't seen Endgame yet, like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, really though.
But it's been long enough. whatever. I'll mention like when Cap picks up the hammer.
Yeah.
Like that was a good audience response where it's like, yeah, but that pales in comparison to when Tony gets the stones.
I was gonna say, actually, when Cap picked up the hammer, I kind of felt annoyed because like I already knew from Age of Ultron that that's when he very first proved that he was like beginning to be worthy of picking up Mjolnir. But when he was able to grab the hammer, a lot of the people in the audience went, "What the fuck?" And I was like, man, like,
when did that happen?
Like, I understand we're all just normal people. No one's gonna be like into the series, but like they kind of hinted at this, and it was kind of blowing up all over the place.
Like that. So I'm here or there on like, so there's a theory about the hammer and Captain America specifically. I would argue that in Age of Ultron, he just plain wasn't fully worthy.
Mm-hmm.
But then I see articles where it's like, no, he was worthy the whole time. He just didn't want to make Thor feel bad.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm like, I don't think that... Like, look, if Cap lifted the hammer in that moment, even after Thor made the bet of like, oh, whoever lifts it gets to be the king of Asgard, I bet Cap would lift it and go like, nah.
Yeah.
Back to him.
Yeah, literally, though. He would literally be like, nah, I'm Captain America, baby. And that's that. I have my own place to protect. You have yours. Some humble shit like that.
I'm already fighting for like one planet. I don't need to fight for another one.
Yeah.
But but the audience reaction was all the same noise, but to hear it from like 40 people at once was terrifying. Because when you see the stones like climbing up Tony's arms,
go into his glove.
Yeah, everybody at the same time just, and the whole audience just.
You felt the air just get. You're like, I can't breathe.
And I very quietly, I'm like, oh shit, and I can hear somebody in the background like, oh no.
Oh fuck, I know what's about to happen, but maybe it won't happen. And then it did.
But then you see like the stones locking, and you see the energy like climbing up his arm onto his neck. You're like, oh, this is it, isn't it?
Yep. Oh shit, this is doing it. Oh, okay, so I get to finally tell this story. I've wanted to tell this story for the longest time. So, it was around that time. It was right before Endgame. Endgame was where Marvel was facing a lot of spoilers, which is really weird because apparently they locked that down. They were trying to pass like make it illegal in a way. You get fined heavily, and you blah blah blah. You face the law if you spoiled it before the movie came out. However, someone ended up, I don't know, coming out with spoilers. So I literally took time away from the internet. I took that entire week. I was going to go to the theater with my girlfriend at the time and my friend because we saw Infinity War. So we're like, fuck it, yeah, let's all see Endgame. And one night, because this was also at the same time, it's completely irrelevant, but it's only relevant to the story. I was getting like really into fitness. I was really, really getting into like, learning diet routine and learning all that shit.
I was seeing this movie and I was super jacked.
Yeah. So I was looking into it, and this it was on 4chan, and this one thread comes up, and it was on the fitness board. So it has nothing to do with anything. Everyone there is just talking about food and working out and stuff like that. And I opened up the thread because this one guy's like, oh, hey, am I doing push-ups properly? Blah, 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 shit like that. And this guy posts this, like, lengthy paragraph. And he's going on about, like, you should, make sure you're, I don't know, who cares, implementing your muscle in your back, implementing your blah, 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 this. And he's going on and on and on. And I'm reading it thoroughly because I'm like, oh, I want to know what's going on. Or, like, how I should be doing this because I'm learning. And at the very last sentence, for no reason, he just goes, oh, by the way, Tony Stark dies at the end of Endgame. And it was like 2 days before the movie. And I sat there and I was like, I wasn't mad, but it got to that point where I was like, all I could do was just laugh. All I could fucking do was just sit there and go, I can't believe I just had it spoiled in the most funny, stupid way possible. I'm learning about how to do push-ups, and this guy just goes, oh, by the way, Tony Stark dies. And I was just like, I can't believe this.
I have a similar story, and it also involves 4chan.
Yay.
But it's not a text post. It was like I like looking up like meme threads essentially.
Yeah.
Just like dumb jokes, stuff, shit that makes you laugh.
You laugh, you
And
lose.
Yeah, and I'm going through one, and it was right before Star Wars: The Force Awakens comes out.
Yeah, I was there for that one too.
And so, I mean, spoilers, but like, who gives a shit?
Yeah. Dead franchise anyway.
It's not even that. You know what? I'll get into that after this. But it was like I want to say it was like the car safety commercial where that guy flips his car over like a school of kindergartners.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I
I
was
hate
like,
that I know
one.
exactly which one you're talking about.
Yeah. But it played that, and then it hard cuts to Kylo Ren stabbing Han Solo. like no in between, just car crash and.
That's so fucked.
And I
Oh
was just like,
man.
Nah! And also YouTube tried really hard to spoil the new Spider-Man movie for me.
It tried to spoil. Actually, I guess technically it did. It spoiled the Snyderverse or the Snyder Cut for me. I was waiting for the weekend so we could all watch it on HBO, and it was like Thursday, Friday night, and I was just like, whatever. I was just checking out YouTube, and like a video pops up, and it's just like someone recording their TV with a phone, and literally the title the title is just Flash saves the Justice League by going back in time, and I was like, okay, thanks. Like, fuck you, thanks. And it was like uploaded like 2 days prior, so YouTube was, for whatever reason, just shoving it into the algorithm. It's like, dude, what the fuck? Why? Take down a fucking video.
Well, like, but so now excluding, man, are you a fan of Star Wars?
I used to be. I'll just leave it at that.
So, I'm in what you would call a complicated relationship.
Yeah, it's hard to put a label on it.
I love Star Wars, but there's things that have occurred that I believe has removed parts of that feeling, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I was willing to accept the sequel trilogy. Let me clarify. When Force Awakens was coming out, I'm like, okay, that wasn't terrible. Let's see where this goes. And then it slides downhill so hard.
It just falls off a cliff.
The fucking okay. So I hate the final shot of Rise of Skywalker.
I stopped watching the sequel, the trilogy. After I did not like Force Awakens. I liked Rogue One. I think Rogue One was actually really good. No, you have different opinions.
So I have a different opinion because okay. No.
No, go for it.
That movie's okay. I think that movie's okay, but I hate that we lost the extended universe for this shit.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, here's the problem. So Rogue One is the story of the rebels obtaining the Death Star plans, right?
Yeah, the dozens and dozens that were murdered that they kind of just vaguely brushed off in the original trilogy.
And then they're like, yeah, Bothan spies. I'm like, wait, what? But that's not the problem. So, have you ever played a game called Star Wars Dark Forces?
I have not, actually.
So, Dark Forces came out in, I want to say, either 97 or 98. It's essentially a Doom game, like a Doom mod with Star Wars stuff in it.
Oh.
It's a really good game. here's the problem, though. The main character is a fella by the name of Kyle Katarn, who goes on to become one of the coolest characters in all of Star Wars. He is now non-canon, doesn't exist anymore.
Jesus.
But the first mission of Dark Forces is Kyle going into a base and obtaining the Death Star plans and leaving.
So they just kind of said, fuck that.
Well, it's not so much that. It's, the movie takes place, I would best guess, over the course of like a week from like start to finish.
Mm-hmm.
Like from, I can't remember. Was it Jade Urso? You know who I'm talking about.
Probably.
The main character, the main lady of Rogue One.
Oh, I have no idea, but no, I know who you're talking about, though.
I would argue that, like, from her being grown up to planet exploding is, like, a week. Like, if that. But I timed it, because I have the game on my computer. That first mission, if you know where you're going, takes 1 minute and 30 seconds. One guy, not a battalion of rebels, one dude with a gun.
With a fucking gun.
Yeah, not a lightsaber, not the Force, just dude with gun. Walks in, kills everybody, takes the plans, and fucking bounces, and that's it.
So,
and, like he's literally talking to Mon Mothma, and she's like, "We're so appreciative that you brought us the Death Star plans." He goes, when am I getting paid?
He's like, yeah, that's crazy. You know how many people I killed? I took a minute and a half to do this.
I need money.
Yeah, damn. Like, I'm glad you appreciate it, but like, I'm hungry.
Well, like that's the problem I had watching Rogue One. Is like, all this could have been done by Kyle. Like, he literally would have just wandered in and then walked back out.
Just be like, but no, now he's non-canon.
But no, it's, save the rebellion, save the dream. It's, like, it's not that dire, dude.
Yeah, I think after, what was it? Jeez, I can't remember. Like I said, I think I stopped after Rogue One because I was like, that was actually pretty good. I actually enjoyed that movie. And then whatever, I guess the next one would have been Rise of Skywalker, would it?
Last Jedi, if I recall.
Oh, okay. That one came out, and I was like, I'm not really, the series isn't really sucking me in like I expected it to. And then that one, all I heard was just trash. Like, not just like, the movie was bad. I mean, like, everyone was like, what the fuck are they doing to the series? And I was like, I grew up on Star Wars. I don't really want to go through that gut-punching feeling of being like, hey, look, this franchise is destroyed. So I just stopped. I said, Rogue One left a good feeling in my chest. That's it.
Yeah. Now, a specific YouTuber out there named Lady Spukaria knows this all too well. That if there's something terrible, I have to see it through.
Oh, absolutely.
So I'm like, oh, this is gonna suck. I'm like, I have to know. And that's what the case was for, like, The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. I'm like, oh, this looks like shit. Okay, let's do it.
Take my money.
Yep. But there are things. So that whole sequel trilogy is essentially like two directors having an argument with each other.
I mean, yeah, actually, pretty spot on.
Well, like, J.J. Abrams does Force Awakens, sets up all these plot lines, places to jump off and do your own thing. And I imagine in my mind that he carefully writes out this list, who are Rey's parents? Where's Luke Skywalker? These sort of questions that need to be answered. Mm-hmm. But then he hands it to Rian Johnson, or Rian Johnson, depending on your pronunciation. Then Rian Johnson kind of looked at the list and just slowly crumpled it up into a ball and tossed it into the trash.
It definitely was, took the list, put it in his pocket, did his laundry, pulled the pocket back out, and went, "Oh, I can't really read this. So I'm just gonna go from there."
And it was written on like a bar napkin, so there's like no way in hell of
Yeah.
saving it.
He's like, that says Sim Skywalker. I'll kill him.
I'll write my own, and it'll be better.
Yeah, maybe that's what he wanted me to do. Maybe it'll just be better than what it is.
Dude, there's something that happens in Last Jedi that straight up gets ignored in Rise of Skywalker.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Do you care about spoilers?
Oh, go for it, dude.
Oh yes. So Luke's lightsaber explodes. Like the or excuse me, Anakin's lightsaber. If we're gonna get technical.
Yeah, if we're gonna be one of those people.
Even though that lightsaber for some reason got redesigned, which it bothers me. It's a minor nitpick, but I fucking hate it.
I was gonna say, if anything, I don't know, the minor, like I said with the fucking Thanos thing, the minor nitpicks hit the hardest.
Also, the super like I'm literally pushing my glasses up as I say this.
Actually.
Actually, so here's how much of a Star Wars dork I am. I know what the ignition switch is to Luke's lightsaber.
So you know.
This will kind of be important. It's very similar to Vader's lightsaber handle. You know that little box like midway down the handle?
Yeah.
That's the ignition switch.
Okay.
So when Finn uses the lightsaber for the first time, he hits like the button's supposed to be, if I remember, a blade like focus adjustment at like the very top near where the blade comes out, and he presses that to turn the lightsaber on. Like he presses it like it's a button. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Hey, buddy, what the fuck?
Why is that lightsaber on? It shouldn't be on. But yeah, so in Last Jedi, Luke's lightsaber explodes, and I mean like shatters in half. It's done. There's no way to fix that.
Mm-hmm.
Literally the beginning of Rise of Skywalker, it's like, oh, it's fixed.
Oh my god. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, but we were just talking about that. The fucking, oh, what happened off camera?
Oh no, they don't even talk about it.
Yeah, exactly. Though. It happened off camera, so don't question it. It happened between the time that you last saw it and you are now seeing it, so don't question it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Keep giving us money.
It shows Rey training with, the lightsaber and all that. I'm like, when the fuck did you fix it? Wait, what's going on? And then, like, Leia's like, oh, you're great with that lightsaber, and Rey's like, oh, I'll earn your brother's saber and all this, in the back of my head, I'm like, if some like random dude just kind of leans into frame and goes, hey, yeah, are you glad I fixed that for you? And then leaves, I wouldn't care. like that whole problem would be swept under the rug if some dude was just like, hey, I fixed it for you.
Yeah. Hey, I did it. And you're like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
I guess I'll accept that.
But then they show the lightsaber and it's pristine, like it was never broken in the first place. And so I'm like, when the fuck did you wait? And then it gets even weirder. So, oh, the Rolodex.
Yeah, here we go.
So at the end of the film, Rey ceremoniously buries Luke's and Leia's lightsabers. Leia had a lightsaber at one point.
Yeah, I was about to say, I didn't even know that.
Which is also part of the fucking one of the dumbest side plots in that series. Hey, Luke, I'm training to be... So the thing is, I think it's a fucking amazing idea to have Leia train as a Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
Like post Return of the Jedi. And that's what happens in that's what started to happen in the Abrams sequel trilogy. But then she goes, oh no, I had a vision of the future. My son will be killed. I can't continue my training because my son will die. So then, a couple years later, Luke has a vision of Kylo Ren becoming the next space Hitler. And, wait just a sec. Hello? It's all good. What's up?
He muted his mic. I get to say anything. He died.
It's all good.
He's murdering someone.
There you
He's doing drugs.
go.
It's just me now.
There you go.
He took all the drugs. I
Okay.
can't do drugs.
You can tell him that you're a brother with a mangled hand.
I'm gonna sing you a song until he comes back.
With his hook hand. Yeah.
Do 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 do.
I'm
Hey, he's
back,
back.
Hey, help my brother with something real quick. It's all good. But so Leia's like, my son's gonna die in the future if I continue my training, so I'll stop my training, right?
Mm-hmm.
Luke, a couple years later, has a vision that Kylo Ren's gonna become the next space Hitler. Like a force against the universe which has never been seen since Palpatine, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, Kylo Ren hasn't done anything at this point. He's like a teenager. And Luke decides, I'm going to murder that teenager in his bed while he sleeps.
He said, "Fuck this kid."
Yeah. It's not like the kid's like off on some outer rim world like Rey living in a fucking sand pile out there. Okay, wait. Okay. I want to ask you, somebody who hasn't seen the sequel trilogy in its entirety,
Mm-hmm.
I need to get your answer on this. Who are Rey's parents? Take your best guess.
Rey's parents?
Yeah.
Oh wait. I feel like I know too much.
Uh-oh.
Cause isn't Palpatine an ancestor of Rey? Or am I getting that wrong?
You're totally right.
Oh, I knew it. Oh, that's so
This is-
stupid.
It is. Mostly because it's not like her dad, it's like her grandpa.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was someone like down the line. It wasn't like near like relative.
And if I remember correctly, they never tell you what the name of Palpatine's kids are.
I think that's a good thing. I don't want to know what that man's been busting.
And
mean,
they were
some
killed
chick
off
went-
screen.
Of course they were.
No, you see them, and then they're like, well, we're going to leave this baby on Jakku, a sand planet, and we're just going to fuck off. And then, like, a guy that Palpatine hired, he's like, guess what, bro? Stab. But, okay. So, are you aware that Palpatine is Anakin's father?
Is Anakin's father?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, no.
Oh
Okay.
my.
Okay.
Hold on. Wait.
Okay.
Hold on. Wait.
This is gonna be so much fun.
Hold on. I got some connecting to do. Okay, so Palpatine is Anakin's father.
Yes.
Anakin is Luke's father.
Luke and Leia's father.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna bridge
I'm
some
gonna-
more connections for you.
Yeah, go for it.
So it's not like Palpatine hit up Smee and then got busy. He like quite literally used the Force. He's like, well, hey, look, a lady just and then just like shot energy into her stomach. He's like, you're pregnant now. See you later. So like he was quite literally born from the Force, but it was Palpatine being a dick. So Anakin grows up, gets with Padme, and they have 2 kids, Luke and Leia. And then those 2 grow up, and Luke doesn't have any children,
Mm-hmm.
but Leia does.
Right.
So while this is happening, Palpatine has had another set of kids that birth Rey, right?
Mm-hmm.
Still in the family. So Leia, Luke's sister / Anakin's daughter, goes and gets with Han Solo and makes Ben Solo, also known as Kylo Ren.
Oh, this is what I was afraid of. Go on.
It gets worse.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why I hesitated earlier, because I was like, wait, no. Wait, oh no.
Yeah. But it gets even weirder, because at the end of Rise of Skywalker, after they have defeated a apparently cloned Palpatine, they kiss.
Yeah.
And not in the spite-filled kiss that Leia put on Luke, because I love how people bring that one up. It's like, well, Luke kissed Leia. No, it was like literally Leia going like, fuck you, to Han Solo and kissed Luke.
Yeah, right. It was just a petty act of spite.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, they are like giving each other the eyes and then they kiss. And and the minute that happened, some people in the audience, the people who didn't put that together, are like, woo, yay. And then the people around me are like, what the fuck?
Like, oh no.
I guess keep it in the family. No.
No.
They're technically cousins.
Don't keep it that far into family.
But like that.
Yeah.
But the thing that wrecked the last portion of Rise of Skywalker for me is that, like, Rey uses both Luke's apparently fixed lightsaber and Leia's lightsaber that was given to her by the ghost of Luke Skywalker, who did like a fucking 180 since the last movie.
I was gonna say, if I recall, his character development didn't just change; it just stopped. Like they just wrote a new character.
Well, like Return of the Jedi is like, there is hope for the Jedi, you know.
Yeah, right.
We can build a new, better, you know, democracy and all this, and then it cuts to like Last Jedi. He's like, the Jedi must die.
Yeah.
This must end.
Well, I know there was a speculation, or I guess a theory, that was supposed to be Luke turning. I forget what the hell they're called. There's Sith, Jedi, and then there's
Gray.
Is it Gray? I was gonna say if it's called Gray, but that didn't sound right. But like, you know, the perfect
Jedi.
Equilibrium.
Yeah.
There was speculation that he was starting to turn, you know, into a Gray, but then that kind of just didn't proceed anywhere. That didn't progress anywhere. Because why would it?
That whole movie, he's like, yo, the Jedi must end, and you know, these are like lessons taught by fools and yada yada. And then Rise of Skywalker comes around and he's like, you know, there is hope for the galaxy. In the most baffling part, so lightsabers are like one of my favorite fucking things about Star Wars, because they used to, it sounds weird to say out loud, but they used to mean something. like when you see old Ben Kenobi pull a lightsaber out and like cut off that dude's arm in the cantina, you're like, oh fuck, and then he looks around like, oh shit, and then puts it away.
Yeah.
To me, it's like a gun in the Old West. You walk into a bar and it's like, oh shit, he's got a gun.
Yeah, right.
But then it's like, oh, everybody has one, or nobody has one. But then, so, and like getting a lightsaber crystal is incredibly fucking difficult, especially in like later on in time, especially in that sequel universe. So, okay, Anakin, and I quote, I hate sand. It's coarse and rough and it gets everywhere. And he's like, specifically like, I will fucking never go back to Tatooine. Right? Guess where Rey buries the lightsabers at?
That's great.
Like right next to Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru's house on fucking Tatooine.
On fucking That's incredible. He said, God, I fucking hate this place so much. And she's like, here you go. You actually don't hate this place. And he's
my
just there screaming.
Yeah. Oh god. But then she pulls out a third lightsaber like out of her back pocket. And I'm like, wait, where the fuck did that come from? And she ignites it, and it's yellow, which is representative of like balance within the Force and all this.
Mm.
Or sort of that middle ground, that gray Jedi stance.
Yeah.
Even though like it was kind of like a dark Jedi thing back in the day, whatever. But she pulls out like a brand new handle and everything.
She's like, by the way.
Ignites... Yeah, and I'm standing there going, wait, where the fuck did she get that? And everybody was like, yeah, and like clapping as they, she has her lightsaber out. I'm like, no. I'm like, where the fuck? And I'm like looking around, and everybody is like, yeah. I'm like, I was with my dad in the theater, and I'm looking at him like, what the fuck? And then the movie just ends without explaining it. And then every time I try to look it up of like where the fuck did she get the crystal to put in that lightsaber?
And Google just says, eat shit.
Yeah, well, it's like, she built it out of pieces of her, the handle out of pieces of her staff that she had in Force Awakens and Last Jedi. I'm like, cool. Where did she get the crystal?
Yeah, cool. More importantly, the fucking lightsaber. The actual saber.
And not many people apparently know this, but the planet that naturally grows the lightsaber crystals is fucking gone. It's a planet called Elam that got turned into Starkiller Base in Force Awakens and got blown the fuck up. It's gone.
Well, there's a second one.
Well, when you weren't looking, she put it in her pocket.
Yeah. No, when she was flying around, she actually she came across some rubbish, and that's how she got it. And we will never ask any more questions. Just consume. Do not question. Just consume.
What was it? Yeah, don't ask questions. Just consume product, and they get excited for next product.
Yeah, right. Do not question product. Just consume product. Get excited for new product.
They did that to Finn's character. So, I love stormtroopers.
Yeah.
Stormtroopers are my all-time favorite thing in Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
But not clones, not the Camino clones, and not the First Order, where they're like children who were kidnapped and then raised into the First Order.
Yeah.
But what was it? But I love the mid-Empire stormtroopers because those aren't clones. They're not special. They weren't grown in a tank.
Yeah.
They were just people who needed a job. Like, they're just regular Joe Schmoes that are just hanging out.
They're just some dudes.
Yeah.
Just some guys. Just some pals.
And but that's why I love them, because they're just regular dudes and all that. But then that personally is my reasoning as to why their aim is terrible.
Yeah, actually, that would make sense. That actually,
yeah,
that's pretty on par with it. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, it's partially they can't see out of the helmets, partially that the E11 blasters didn't have their scopes configured regularly, or whatever theory was out there. But it's mainly probably they weren't trained correctly.
Yeah, probably they were just some dudes. They were probably just some people who wanted some fucking money.
You there? Would you like a gun and maybe some food rations? Sure.
Hey,
sure.
Fight these religious people with lightsabers. I got it away.
We're gonna go mow down this village. Wait, why?
Don't question.
Old guy in a hood told us to.
Old guy in a hood, like a homeless guy? No, like old guy in a hood, like guy who runs the entire universe. And
like
we're listening
CEO,
to him.
kinda.
Yeah, we're listening to that guy. Yeah. Anyway, stop questioning and just shoot.
Just shoot. Hit him.
Yeah, just fucking hit him. Looks like a lot of kids. Yeah, just take care of them too.
Even the younglings.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, that exact shitstorm of a franchise is why I stopped watching it.
I will say I do now look more kindly on the prequels.
Yeah. I understand why people had problems with them, but I never really had too much of a problem, if I'm being honest. Maybe I just didn't take it as serious as other people did. But
there's something I love about Obi-Wan where he's like, Anakin couldn't have done this. Like, he's my best friend. Why?
Yeah.
There's no way he could have done this. And then he sees the fucking recording where he sees the fucking recording of Anakin cutting like children in half. And he's just like, shit.
Damn it. I just said it wasn't him.
And then he's like, I love how he tries to go tell Padme, and even she's like, no.
Yeah, she's just like, my husband did not go and genocide a bunch of children for the sake of some fucking religion. And he's like, no, dude, I swear to God, saw it on tape.
She should. You know what Obi-Wan should have done? Should have brought Padme to the temple. Oh, my husband didn't do this. Look.
Yeah, press play. Hey, Padme.
Or just like,
I'm going to fucking traumatize you for a moment.
Over the bodies. Like, fucking look at this.
Oh my God. He just picks up some limbs. Just waves around a kid's arm. Look.
Lightsaber burn.
Yeah,
Lightsaber burn.
Lightsaber burn. See, and like, look, touch it. It's still kind of warm. Told you. She's just crying. Oh my God. He's just morbidly just like waving around like a decapitated body, and he's just like, see, told you.
On the back wall, you can see like carved into the wall via lightsaber was like, Anakin was here.
WZ. Or yeah, WUZ. Anakin was here. Oh my God.
HEAR.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's how he spells was. Oh my God, it was him.
I knew it was him. I knew it all along.
I knew it. I didn't want to believe it, but I knew it.
I hate those twists. I knew the whole time. I just didn't want to admit it to myself.
You're like, okay, thanks for wasting our fucking time.
Do you realize how many people died up to this point?
Yeah, but you just didn't like the answer, so fuck those people, I guess.
Fuck 'em. I don't understand anymore, man.
Yeah, that's that's kind of the reason why I don't really like geek out about well, a lot of like, I don't know how to put it. Like, I guess I could say like I don't geek out a lot about jeez. There's a term for it. I don't want to say nerd franchise, but it's getting to the point where that's the best way to describe it. Because like I'm part of the nerd franchise.
Yeah,
like the whole
or sort of the pop culture.
Yeah, pop culture. I guess that's a better way to put it. I don't get amped up for pop culture anymore because it's just like, bro, it has been beaten down so badly. It has been massacred just for trash bags of money. And then they expect us to just be like, okay, well, you're going to consume the next one. And the worst part is they're right. The worst part is they have proven time and time again that, yeah, we are going to go see it.
Well, I think the thing that like, how do I word it? I'm not. It's not that I hate, current, like the way things are presented in current pop culture, that sort of thing. I hate when they try to reinvent it.
Like how so?
Now, like I would rather a sequel than a reboot.
Yeah. Okay, that's
so
fair.
Take the Ghostbusters franchise, for example.
Yeah.
which is the easiest one to throw the dart and hit the bullseye at.
Yeah, right.
But I would rather, like, the thing is, I was sold on Afterlife the minute they were like, yeah, my dad was Egon, and I'm like, oh shit, that's awesome. Like, that's so cool.
You're like, oh, they said it, they did the thing. Fuck yes.
I'm like, yeah. And well, like that, and they showed, like, the Ecto 1 collecting dust in a barn somewhere. I'm like, okay, yeah.
We're actually kind of pointing back to the past now.
Yeah, but then, Ghostbusters 2016 is like, well, we gotta, we need to make our own company. We should call it the Ghostbusters. I'm like,
God damn it.
And then you watch Bill Murray during interviews, and he just looks so tired.
he's been through the ringer enough.
So that, like, how some people like pinch like the bridge of their nose when they have a headache.
Yeah.
There's a moment where they show a clip of Ghostbusters 2016 where they're like, apparently during several points in the movie there's no like dialogue in the script, so they just kind of like ad lib.
Oh Jesus!
And there's a moment where that happens, and it cuts back to the interview show, and like the rest of the cast are like ha 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 clapping, and you just see Bill Murray in the back just like, oh fuck.
He's like, oh God, they really did get me into this.
How much money did they give me?
Not enough.
Well, there was a term somebody used for the Emoji Movie.
Oh yeah.
And how like T.J. Miller's in it, and like Patrick Stewart of all people is in the Emoji Movie. And I heard a guy on a podcast go, "Hey man, sometimes you just want $1 million." And the minute I heard that, I'm like, all right, fair. Yeah.
Literally, though, it does get to that point where you're like, I mean, I'm not going to argue with that.
We're going to need you to voice the shit emoji.
Why would I ever do that? $1 million bucks? Oh, okay.
What's the script look like? Doesn't matter. You're going to be making poop jokes.
Yeah, you're going to be making
cool.
poopy jokes.
How much am I getting for like 5 minutes of screen time? Well, we've got like a budget of 40 million, so we're gonna give you like a third of that. And he's like, yes.
He's like, wait, all I have to do, yeah, okay, I'll fucking voice, what am I doing? I'm voicing shit? Yeah, okay.
I'll voice anything.
I'll fucking voice anything, dude.
You hand that to me, I'll voice it.
I'll voice the fuck out of that shit.
I'll voice you if you ask me to. Have you been seeing that Chris Pratt joke that's been going around?
Oh, where he's like he's playing everything now.
Yeah.
I saw
in breaking news, Chris Pratt is playing Chris Pratt.
So I'm a huge EDM nerd. So last night, for a brief moment on Twitter, the worst site in the entire world, I saw that Skrillex was trending. And turns out one of his albums from 2011 had reached like a 10-year anniversary. So everyone was like, oh shit, that's crazy. But however, on top of that, Chris Pratt was trending for whatever fucking reason. He trends every week because he does something. So one of the tweets were like, they screenshotted that Chris Pratt and Skrillex were trending. And it's like, confirmed, Chris Pratt to play Skrillex at the next Skrillex concert. And for some reason, that shit just had me laughing. It was so stupid. It makes no sense to anyone that doesn't get the context, but it was so fucking funny to me. And it was also like 7 a.m, so I was also tired.
I hope if God, I wish that were a real thing, because you ever listen to MF Doom?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Also, rest in peace, MF Doom. I miss you.
Absolutely.
We need more masked people out there. But did you see the concert where instead of MF Doom, it was Hannibal Buress in like a tinfoil mask?
I have not, but that sounds like something Hannibal Buress would do.
But for a very real minute, people are like, "Woo, it's him!" And they're like, "Wait a second,
what the?
Like he's
fuck?
taller and whiter, and like, wait."
Yeah, wait a minute. That was like, I guess he had one. I don't know. Some award show was going on for I guess it was Spider-Man Homecoming. It was one of the new Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. But either way, he didn't feel like going to the award show because he was in that movie for like a little side gig character. So he just hired someone to play as Hannibal Buress to go to the show. And nobody knew who Hannibal Buress was. So these reporters are coming up to this complete stranger who looks nothing like Hannibal Buress and is like, hey, so how was it playing in the movie? And he's like, oh, it was great, man. He's just giving these vague answers. And it wasn't until like 2 weeks later that people were like, wait, what the fuck? That wasn't Hannibal Buress. It's so fucking funny because he just doesn't give a shit. He just, yeah, okay, I'll just do whatever I want to do.
I need more Eric Andre show.
Yes.
Why are you booing me? I'm right.
I'm still trying to figure out. I mean, granted, I could probably solve this in a quick Google search or two, but I'm trying to figure out if the guests actually know what's going on for the show or if they are actually completely void of knowledge about the show. Because they have it displayed, or they display it like the guests have no idea what's going on. But then, like, I mean, it's Eric Andre, and it's also the Eric Andre show. It gets to a point where you know exactly what the fuck is going on with Eric Andre, as in nothing is going on. That man is just the absolute epitome of chaos. So,
well, I remember reading a thing where they're given, like, very vague, not descriptions of what's going to happen, but they're like, hey, you're going to go out there, and something's going to happen. Good luck, and then they just push him through the fucking...
That also sounds about right. That also sounds almost on point. Hey, by the way, something's going to happen. Bye.
Hey, Jack Black, you may or may not be doing whippets. See you later.
Yep, bye.
I wish you the best of luck.
You are going to have so much fun, or not. That's up to you.
Sterling, don't you do it. I see you there.
Kitty gonna jump?
Sorry, Sterling's my cat, but no, he likes to slap around his water bowl even if it has water in it.
Yeah.
And so I look over and I see that paw go. I'm like,
mm-hmm. My cat does that. I'll fill up her water and then like she'll freak out because like I don't know why. She always has water in her bowl, but I always like giving her like, nice cold water every single time right before I go to bed. And so there'll be times where she gets all excited. She's like, oh my God, I haven't had water in ages. Oh my God. And she gets all excited and I put it down and not even like 5 seconds later, I just hear that tap, 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 tap. And next I've seen water splash around. I'm like, why? Why do you do this? Why do you hate me?
Like, Sterling here, he hasn't done it this episode.
So far.
I'm waiting for it. But he'll sit right next to my computer tower and, like, between that and my chair and just meow. It's like, now I want attention because you're there.
Yeah, you are occupied and this pisses me off.
Oh,
I used to have my computer stuff all set up in my bedroom. Granted, the office space that I have now inside our house just opened up recently. So that I was like, yeah, I'm fucking taking the space. I need a break from my cat, man. But like the amount of times where like I'll be in the middle of recording, and I've had it on a few videos, where I'll be in the middle of recording some story, and for no reason she'll just kind of walk around and just come up behind me and just holler, and I'm always like, what the fuck? What? Like, I'm busy. I'm talking. You can see me talking here. Like, what are you doing? Why are you causing me a problem, man? And then she jumps onto the desk and that vibrates everything. Especially when I used to have the what was it? The Blue Yeti. Great microphone, extremely sensitive. So she would jump up onto the desk and it would just like vibrate everything, and I would have to take like a solid 30 seconds before I could get back into work. And like, I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're staring at words or you're staring at a screen, 30 seconds is like 5 fucking minutes.
It's a lifetime.
It's a lifetime. And then she'll do it again.
You know what else is You know what else is a lifetime?
What else is a lifetime?
3 hours.
Are you gonna tell him? You want to tell him about that?
So, well, the thing is, I'm not mad at you. I just want to make that clear. Like, I've got nothing else going on today. Like, I was literally just sitting around watching, like, I think it was like Demolition Ranch, and then like Adam Savage's Tested. just chilling, and I'm like, I hope he gets back to me.
Like, God damn it.
But from what you told me before we started recording is that you had slept in.
Yes. So my sleep schedule, or just my schedule in general, is I would wake up around, probably. Actually, it varies. It ranges anywhere between 5 to like 7 p.m. I'll wake up, and then I'll go from that on into the night, into the morning, and then I'll go to sleep probably around anywhere between 8 and 11 a.m. Pretty much just think of like how you wake up at, or how someone else wakes up, at 9 a.m. and then goes to sleep at 10 p.m. Just reverse it.
Yeah.
I wake up at 9 p.m. I go to sleep at 10 a.m. So last night I had stayed awake additionally because I was really cramming out work, because it's just kind of what I do. Sometimes I'll have like a little burst of energy.
Just cramming in your office all night.
Yeah. And then I will just, I don't know. There's times where I'm like, I could just work for hours on end. I would just do whatever. Like, I'll bounce back and forth between, projects and video ideas and thumbnails and all of this. And then there's times where it's like, I can only work for like, 30 minutes here and there. So last night I had that cram moment where I was like, oh shit, I am wired in. So I didn't go to sleep until like probably around noon, maybe even 1 in the afternoon. And I woke up, and it was like, I woke up around like 7:30ish. My friend goes, hey, let's go to Walmart. Let's go get some food. Head out, come back. I cook up my whole entire meal. I made like homemade Chinese because I fucking love Chinese food. And I come upstairs.
So now we definitely have to hang out so you can cook.
I'm a great cook. I flex on that hard. I'm a great cook. So I come upstairs, I sit my stuff down. I have like egg rolls. I have all this rice and all this chicken. I even had like some little Italian sausage for a nice spice. And I was like, God, I'm so hungry. I turn on my computer. I open up Twitter, and it's just like 5 messages from you being like, hey, hit me up when you're ready. ? Are you there? And I was like, oh, fuck. I completely forgot.
Oh, no.
I thought today was like Wednesday. And I was like, yeah, I have that interview thing with him tomorrow. No, I had that interview thing with him 3 hours ago.
So, now, I've mentioned this on the channel before, so it's not surprising in any capacity to some, but I mentioned before that Oregon's a weed-friendly state.
Yeah.
And, once in a while I'll partake. So I messed up my timing with an interview. I had the same thought process as you did, which was like, oh, it's tomorrow. And so I decided to walk to my local store, while like smoking most of a big old joint. And I'm standing in like the chip aisle, and the floor is moving, and I'm like, this is great. And then it followed by, God, I hope nobody notices.
Yeah, right. Then it follows with that anxiety of, oh, fuck, who knows?
Well, the thing is, it's not even like the typical, like what you see in movies. It's not like, oh, the cops are going to show up. It's like, God, like I look over and there's like a sweet little lady down there at the end of the aisle. I'm like, oh, God, she knows.
Yeah. It's that shame for no reason.
Yeah. What am I? What have I done?
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm so sorry for doing this. For
I'm sorry
being relieved of
you
stress.
have to see me like this.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. You weren't supposed to see this.
Don't look at me.
Don't look at me.
But midway through the walk home, and I've got my like headphones in, and I'm just floating home, and then I get a text like, "Hey, are you gonna be ready in like 20 minutes?" And I'm like, "Uh-huh."
Just haha.
And-
Oh no.
And the best part is, I did the interview still.
You did it baked?
Oh yeah.
Look at you go.
So it's on the.
I was gonna say, is
I won't-
it crystal clear which video it is? Am I gonna turn it on and you're gonna be like, what's up, man?
I think I think. Hey.
Hey man, what you doing?
I won't. I'll send you who it is.
Fuck yes. Yes.
I want the mystery to stay up there.
Yes, absolutely.
But it's easier to tell what episode I was not sleep deprived for, because I have an easier time staying up than I do waking up.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I'll freely give these ones away. Like Eden V, I interviewed her, I believe, sometime last year, like early last year.
Mm-hmm.
And she's in a way more far-flung time zone than either of us are. I think it's like 18 hours ahead or something like that.
Jesus.
And so the time that she would be available was like 6 a.m. for me. And I thought, well, maybe I could take a nap and like wake up at that time. I'm like, fuck that. I'm just going to stay up all night.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And then I, text her like, hey, you ready for the interview? She's like, how was your nap or sleep? I'm like, didn't happen.
Yeah, it didn't happen. So anyway, you ready?
Yeah. And then Evil Outcasts, I think I did an okay job from my end. I think I did an okay job.
Mm-hmm.
But that was the one that I tried to like, I'm going to wake up 30 minutes before, and you can hear that I am not awake. It's for like the very start of it, it's like, oh, welcome to Demasked.
Hey guys.
Yeah, still wiping the sleep out of my eyes. Like, yeah, welcome, and today we got. But no, I'm willing to put my personal health at risk for this show.
I mean, I hate to admit it, but I do the same thing with TimeSix. There'll be so many times, or like, I have Maverick Files, and there were so many times back then where I would literally like pull all-nighters because I'm like, oh, I want to get this video done, or I have a lot of editing to do, especially with Maverick Files. I used to do stupid amounts of editing with that, and so I would really just try and crank down. So, and there's a gas station up the road, so like every 4 hours I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna go get another energy drink, come back and sit down and just really crank out more. And I would just like, after like 29 hours, I would come back downstairs, and this happened actually multiple times where I would come downstairs. It's like 7 a.m, and my roommate would be there. He's about to get ready to go to work, and he's making himself some coffee. And I walk into the kitchen like a fucking zombie, and he's like, "Oh, you're I guess you woke up. Are you like trying to change your sleep schedule?" And I was like, "Still awake." And then I'll just grab an energy drink and walk right back upstairs. Yeah, just still awake, and that's it. That happened like a handful of times of just being like, nope, I'm dying anyway. Bye.
Well, yes, it's that kind of sound that like the Resident Evil 1 zombies make. Just the oh
Yeah.
Oh, well, there. I try to stay conscious and coherent during these.
That is good. That is supposedly good.
Well, it like, how do I word it? Like, I try to build it around the schedule of the guest.
Mm-hmm.
Like today, perchance. Like I literally had nothing going on today.
Right.
So yeah, worked out just fine. Caught up on some, not video games, but a bunch of videos. I need to start making more videos. Damn it. But so when did you start your channel?
I if I'm being officially I started TimeSix November. It was mid-November 2018, but my first upload was December 19th, 2018. That'd be the very first time TimeSix hit the air.
So how did the name start as TimeSix, or did it evolve into TimeSix?
Yep, it started as TimeSix because originally I was actually going to be streaming on Twitch, and I wanted to play like competitive games, not like Call of Duty, but like competitive fighting games. I'm not even good at it, but it's just fun. There's a entertainment behind it. So I wanted to play things like Mortal Kombat, Tekken, all that stuff. So I was sitting there and I was like, you know, you always have to have like it's going to sound really boring. It's going to sound too analytical, but it's kind of true. You kind of have to have a way to think about how the audience perceives you.
Oh, yeah.
So it's, you know, you could go in and be like, I'm going to be entertaining. However, you also have to consider the algorithm's feelings. And that sounds so shitty. So I was sitting there and I was like, you know, I want to have this competitive fighting, you know, live streaming channel. So originally I was going to call it Uppercut. And it was UPPRCUT. That's originally what it was. Actually, that's still my Gmail because I can't fucking change it. So I was originally going to call it Uppercut. And then I was sitting there and I was like, I don't know. I want a way for fans to kind of farm engagement in like chat. So I was like, what's a good way to farm engagement? And I was like, oh, you know, I think it was one stream I was spamming something in a competitive match because it was I was trying to do the whole stupid like, haha, look how annoying I am. You know, letting all these people rage on me. Haha, this is entertainment, even though it's just blatantly annoying.
Easy.
Yeah, GG easy. Get good, scrub. And I ended up hitting this combo. I was able to land a certain combo 6 times. So it would kept popping up like, nice combo, times 6, over and over and over again. And some person came by. Like, my streams never popped off. I never had more than like 3 views. So this one stream, well, that specific stream, I keep hitting it. It's times 6, times 6, times 6. And next, you know, a guy in the chat is like hyping me up. He's like, do it again. Times 6, hype it up, do it again. And he kept saying that. And soon enough, he would just put X6, X6 over and over and over again. And then it clicked on me. And I was like, hey, that's a good way to farm engagement. It's two characters. All they have to do is just click that or type 2 characters and hit send. They could really spam the hell out of that. And that's kind of how it was born. And then I kind of just, I had a really dinky computer at the time. It really sucked, so I couldn't really handle good games. So I was like, I need to do something easier. I need to do something easier on my computer. And at the time, I also was doing music on Twitter. So, jeez, I have this burp in my chest and it's not fucking coming out. So I was doing music on Twitter and SoundCloud, and my Twitter was also called Uppercut. And at the time, for I don't know what reason, and this is a completely true story, I don't think she knows of this yet, but Slumber Reads had followed me, followed my music Twitter, and I was like, oh, what's this? And at first I thought it was just like some influencer buying follows or something like that. And I checked it out and checked out the channel. And next thing I was narrations. And they're getting pretty good views. And I was like, wait. I thought like narration channels were just like Corpse Husband, Let's Read, Lazy Masquerade. I didn't think there was more people, if I'm being honest. I thought those were just like the 3 narrating channels in the horror community.
Yeah.
So next thing you know, I fell down this rabbit hole. And I was like, wait a minute. I have a microphone. Audacity's free. What if I just narrated stories? And that's literally how it began. I was like, I don't like the name Uppercut. That doesn't really have anything to it. And then I was like, oh, how about TimeSix? And I was like, wow. For some reason, that has a thing to it. That has like that almost rolls off the tongue in a way. And that's what happened. Next, you know, boom, TimeSix is born. But
it's also that the abbreviation to T6.
Yep, T6 is just TimeSix.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Well, no, just the ability for it to be abbreviated down to.
yeah, exactly. That still gives it the abbreviation that gives it the chance for engagement. Though I don't really care too much about that anymore. Back then, I was desperate for clout. Back then, I was like, I will do whatever I have to do for the most part. I will not go into suicide forests, but I will farm engagement.
Remember to push your after you're done recording a dead body, you gotta push your own merch.
Yeah, right. Be like, oh my god, hey guys, check out my merch. So
This is so terrible. Buy my sweatshirt.
yeah,
please.
oh my god, this is so crazy. You know what else is crazy? This discount on my merch.
Oh my god.
So, I was always like, how can I find a way to stick out? Because that should always be your thing. If you're making content, what about you is different than anyone else? What about you is different than the people that are good at what you're doing? Go to their comments. Read what the people don't like about it. Don't read the hate comments, but just read like, oh, I wish you would, I don't know, upload more. I wish you would upload longer. Or these videos are too long, or something like that. Find the things that people don't like about bigger people, and you fucking highlight that for yourself. If it's a good idea. If you're capable of doing it. Don't fucking kill yourself or don't make bad content. But find a demand and create a supply.
So what you're saying is I should stop doing Demasked and only do Minecraft tutorials.
Or OnlyFans feet pics. Either way.
Well, I mean, that's already my side hustle.
No, I'm already doing that.
It's too late, man.
Yeah, no, I'm already doing that, man. Give me more ideas.
I just bought my first Lamborghini.
Yeah. Obviously you got to have that. You still got to have fun doing it. Don't completely sell yourself away just for money. If you're doing YouTube stuff, this is your chance to be you. However, if you're going to fall into a niche category, if you're going to fall into a genre, find what you can do that makes you different. What I did, and what I tell many people to do, is I read 4chan stories. Mostly because I grew up on 4chan. I covered that in my previous video, craziest shit I've seen on 4chan. I actually grew up on 4chan, so I know, more ins and outs, and I know what people mean when, like, people write stories. I know what they're trying to get at and stuff like that. I know what a green text format is.
You know when a Rickroll's coming.
Yeah, right. So the thing is that at the time, 4chan stories were all read by text-to-speech bots, where you just copy the text and you throw it into a text-to-speech bot, and then it's just some generated voice that does a terrible job at reading it, and then they just upload it, and that's all it was. So I was like, shit, the green text community kind of needs more of a human voice behind it, because all of the other ones that I already knew at the time had either retired or stopped doing content, stopped doing that type of content. So I was like, oh, I think this is my chance. I think this is how I'm going to stand out. So that's what I did. I narrated green text stories because there wasn't any narration channels at the time.
What was that? There's one channel that you mentioned, the text-to-speech thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's one channel out there, at least in my eyes, that they don't do it anymore, unfortunately. Not don't do stories, but they don't do the text-to-speech thing. But the voice that they chose was like fucking perfect for it.
Yeah.
It was like this, like it had like this nice like bass to it, but it was like a very monotone and straightforward British accent.
Do you know the channel by chance?
Neckbeardia.
Hey, I know Neckbeardia.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I mean, not personally. I talk to Neckbeardia on Discord quite often.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. It's a small community. I don't have a problem with the channels. I just don't like the voice, the text to speech voice.
Most of them I don't like, but I like that specific like that British accent with like a bass to it. Mm-hmm. Because I was listening to his D&D stories.
Yeah.
Like, was it North the Wolf?
Oh man, it's been a while. I came across Neckbeardy, I think actually around the time I started TimeSix, because I was trying to find other channels that actually narrated. Yeah, he did archive his old stuff.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he has Neckbeardy TTS archive, so that would be his narration stuff with that voice.
North.
But yeah, like I said, I don't have problems with the channels themselves. I just don't like the content.
Yeah.
I'm actually good friends with
Like-
actually a few of them.
Good. Well, I mean, you don't have to say them out loud here, but are there any that you would recommend to be subjected to what you're being subjected to right now?
Trying to think.
I was waiting for, like, no, this shouldn't happen to anybody.
Yeah, right. Like, no, nobody at all. No, probably not. I'll probably keep their names out of it.
Alrighty. Fine.
Yeah, fine.
I don't even
Yeah,
care.
I don't care. It's fine.
It's not like I wanted to interview more people, whatever. Babaka.
Yeah, Babaka. Not like I even wanted to interview them.
Oh my god.
I guess there is
Boy,
one.
oh. Yeah.
Umbra Archives. He's a small channel. His old channel got wrecked by YouTube.
What? Why does that sound familiar?
He did used to be
Is it
an OG of the green text community.
the Umbra Arc? Yeah, I know this guy.
Yeah.
Well, not personally, but I'm aware.
I've actually done some work for him a few times.
Nice.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Just, if I were to spit out a name, I'd probably say Umbra Archives would be an interesting one to interview.
Now, Umbra Archives, if you're listening to this, you're on the list.
Yeah, you're on the list. You've made the list.
Found you. Well, so I used to make longer openings for Demasked,
Okay. Like intros?
and yeah, but my problem was that it took way too much fucking time to do. Like, the interview's an hour and a half, but it took like 6 hours to make the intro.
Do you mean like video editing and all that stuff?
Yeah, because I'm editing and recording my own stuff,
Mhm.
which I wouldn't mind hiring an editor once in a while, but I just don't have any money.
I was I was about to be like, hey, what's good? Because I'm a freelance video editor.
Hey.
But like, I also like money. So that's
I like money.
I like money a lot.
But no, I made one. So I made one intro. I can't remember what episode it's for, unfortunately. But you'll have to go look for it, huh? But
I guess you have to watch through every single one of my videos. Dang.
oh darn! Look, I have this link to my playlist of episodes. But it was the scene in Joker where he's looking up at the TV,
Oh yeah.
and somebody made a green screen version of that where the TV's just blank.
Oh really?
And I, for hours, like, by hand learned how to green screen, how to motion track. Like, and it looks good. Like, I'm done and it looks actually good. But whenever I look at that, I'm like, I lost so many hours.
So what software do you use?
For main editing, I use HitFilm just because also no money.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's reliable. It hasn't crashed that often, and even then, it's actually pretty good about saving your stuff before it crashes.
Right. Yeah, I've actually heard some
But-
pretty decent things about HitFilm. Even the free trial versus the Premiere version. I mean, not Premiere, but the licensed version.
I really badly want After Effects.
So, I'm a Premiere fanboy. However, I do understand the love for After Effects. I personally think the interface in After Effects is fucking ugly. I think the timeline editing and all of that stuff is hideous, and I can't stand it. But maybe that's because I started learning on Premiere before I learned on After Effects.
For some reason, I was waiting for you to end that sentiment with, "Yeah, I'm a Linux user."
Yeah. No, I do recommend After Effects to everyone. After Effects is incredible for motion graphics, and it's incredible for actually just a lot of generating animations in general. But if you're just doing something more, I shouldn't say simplistic, because Premiere is really, really powerful. But if you're just editing together videos, if you're not trying to generate any graphics, if you're not trying to do any insane like green screen on a live video, not just green screening a still picture, but like, let's say you want to remove the sky from a forest video, that would be good for After Effects. But if you're just putting together clips and you want to cut it out here, or if you want to change some colors, or if you want to color grade, or even do some crazy effects in Premiere, you can, which is why I love it.
Yeah.
Its user interface is a lot cleaner in my opinion. Granted, I know Adobe changes their software every single year, and I know I'm using a very outdated After Effects. So that could be that too.
Using After Effects 1.0.
Yeah, I'm using the original one. I'm using
I also play Counter-Strike 1.6.
I'm using Adobe After Effects 2015 because I have my reasons.
Yeah, because I want to, okay?
Yeah, man. Get off my back, man.
You're not my real dad.
You're not my real dad.
Well, oh, man. You ever watch, there's a show called Pre-Game Discharge?
I have not seen that.
It's wonderful. I'll have to. There's a link where it's like an hour and a half of like the highlights.
Yeah,
and it's fantastic. But there's one moment that once in a while I'll put it on for background music because the narration is so fucking hilarious. Because he's just making like it's cut together like non sequitur things, but they're so outlandish that you can't help but laugh.
Right.
And at one point, in a completely serious tone, he's like, "Mario is real, and he's my dad." And for some reason, that just like shot back into my memory.
What type of content do they do?
Mainly, so they work. It's a guy named Lyle Rath, but he does work for Destructoid. Pre-Game Discharge is like a video game news show.
Oh, okay.
But it's super fast paced, and if I remember, writes and edits all of it. So it's just this like it's like you're writing a slide and it's just you're getting berated with random things. But it's really good.
Yeah, I get that. It's attention span of the generation has shot down, so you got to get information in as quick as possible.
Oh yeah, but it's imagine that, but without like adhering to any of the trends that are prevalent in
right.
It speaking of trends, a couple of middle schoolers almost up and ruined going to go see Spider-Man.
Really?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Like they were sitting behind me and my sibling, and anytime something happens, they're like, "Oh shit!"
Oh Jesus!
Or like, "Bruh." I'm like, "Huh? Shut up."
I had the opposite effect. I actually had a girl behind me crying multiple times throughout the movie, and I don't mean like, oh, you could hear her sniffling. I mean like, I won't say anything, obviously, but like, something would happen, and all I hear is, and it's like, yo, shut up.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't mean to
sad,
be
I know.
that asshole, but you know those people on the screen are fake. They're not actually. That's not actually happening to them.
Are you telling me you don't cry at movies?
I do not cry at movies. That's not true. I'm a big liar.
I'm like, what the fuck?
No, it's not. It's not like some, sociopath thing where it's like I do not care about the emotions.
I feel
Yes,
nothing.
I feel nothing. I am one of the night. No, don't get me wrong. The movie definitely had me sad at some points, but
Yeah.
like I said, it was blatantly like a sad moment would happen in the movie where I'm saving your fans from not getting fucking spoiled.
Yeah.
But if a sad thing would happen in the movie, then I'd sit there and I'd be like, oh shit, like damn that hit, and then this girl in the background is, and it's like, yo, hey, shut up. Yeah, literally though. I'm trying to remember which movie. There's a movie that I seen that it broke me, devastated me, and I'm trying to remember which one it was.
I have a game that happened to me in.
Oh yeah, I had a game like that too, and it's a game that every time I say it, everyone goes, really? But it was
It hit me.
yeah, it was Infamous 2.
No, I can see that.
Yeah,
Was it Zeke?
yeah, exactly.
Yep.
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 The half as bright or twice as bright, half as long scene that killed me because, well, first of all, Infamous 1 and Infamous 2 are my favorite games. That is my favorite. I will blatantly refuse to accept that the third one is part of the series. I refuse that. So it's just Infamous 1 and Infamous 2, and then it just stops.
Delson Rowe, the character to the third one, makes no sense to me.
It just, yeah. Honestly, that game just didn't make sense. There was no need for a third one. I know they were just trying to flex with visuals, because I guess this was the first time, the first game to come to the PS4. So I understand that they're trying to be like, wow, look at all this crazy stuff. Look at all these these bright flashing colors. But there was no need for it. We understand what happened in Infamous 1, and we understand what happened in Infamous 2. The end.
Yeah. I just don't understand, his way of rebellion, where he's like, fuck the man, I'm gonna spray paint on places that nobody can fucking see.
Yeah. Show them.
I'm gonna spray my name on the top of the Space Needle, even though nobody can fucking see it.
Hey, you know how this terroristic act happened in Infamous 1 that killed so many people and caused this great grand scheme? I'm gonna spray paint my name. Show them.
My grandma's mad at me. Better blow up my grandma, which is the bad end of that game.
yeah, that's right. Wow, I completely forgot about that. She's angry at me.
I can't forget about
Die.
the Rolodex literally won't let me forget it.
Every time you're just going through your daily activities. Remember she dies. I do remember. Okay, good.
Well, no, I remember that the reasoning is super fucking weak.
Yeah, no, I remember that.
It's not like his grandma disowns him or anything. They're just like, hey man, you did some horrible shit. Maybe, I don't know, go somewhere else maybe. And he's like, and then he power bombs the entire building with people inside.
Yeah. The first and second one had great storyline. It was that whole karma concept. And it allowed you to, actually understand. Yeah, I could just play as a bad guy because I'm a dickhead. But also, sometimes, some of the bad guys' points were kind of correct. I kind of align to it. But however, if I'm trying to play a certain story mode, if I'm trying to play as a good guy, I'll refuse it. But, I feel like a lot of games, including the third Infamous, was kind of just you could be good or bad, instead of being like, hey, here's these kind of, really huge dilemmas that are going to have consequences.
These tough decisions.
And it was just okay. Just what was it? We were talking about Star Wars earlier. My favorite game, and I refuse to accept the second one, my favorite game growing up was Star Wars Force Awakens. Jesus, not Force Awakens, dumbass. Star Wars Force Unleashed.
There we
go.
go.
Jesus. Force Unleashed was my favorite game. I mean, it had an incredible story mode, incredible plot twist, and at the time, incredible graphics for PlayStation 2. And it was one of my favorites. I mean, truly, truly one of my favorites. And then the second one came along, and I was like, yo, I get a second lightsaber. Let's go. And then they just spit in your face and stomp your teeth in. And you go, I paid $60 for that.
But he's not a clone, but he's kind of a clone.
Yeah, so I used to be a huge Sonic the Hedgehog fan. And all that was
Yeah?
Shadow the Hedgehog with lightsabers. You're a clone. You're not a clone. You are a clone. You're not a clone. And that's that. That is the end of that.
Rolling around
Yeah.
with the speed of sound.
Yeah. I had to throw in the Sonic part because I used to be a huge fucking fanboy. But not like modern era Sonic fanboys where they draw like, you know, Sonic feet pics. I just meant like, yeah, I like making Chow and Chow Garden. Woohoo.
TimeSix, I think you and I are going to be good friends. Because the minute you're like, yeah, I'm not one of those modern Sonic fans, and then what I thought was like feet pics, and then you're like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, the Sonic feet pics. And they're like, oh, so you do know.
I'm like, oh, he's one of me, one of us.
he is one of them. That is the test. How much of Sonic does he know?
Nope.
There is, oh, you know the storyline, and then there's you know too much.
Then there's like, you know those iceberg videos?
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, the surface water and then the dark depths. It's top of the iceberg and then nothing but the rock bottom of the Mariana Trench.
Yeah, right. There is no, it slowly descends. It goes, here's this, here's what you know, here's maybe some more like interesting, unique facts, and then there's just degeneracy, just immediate degeneracy.
Hey, what's behind this door?
No.
We don't go there.
Do you not see the 7 locks on it?
It's like that moment in Half-Life 2. That's the old passage to Ravenholm. We don't go there anymore. Oh my god. Oh man, like, how do I word it? I thought the last half of Force Unleashed 2 was fine.
Really?
I didn't like the whole like, oh no, you're stuck on Camino and then you gotta find Coda. Wait, how'd you find out where Coda was? Don't worry about it. He's on the ship now. But I do like the weird, like, how do I word it? It's this mixture of you're fighting your way back through Camino, and the entire time Coda's like, are you sure you want to be here?
Yep, you just disconnected, I think.
Like Coda's, like, giving him shit over the radio while they're fighting.
Yeah, I think you definitely just disconnected.
Uh-oh, did I lose you?
All I heard was,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Jeez. Actually, what were you saying?
Oh.
Find a way, and then you just went, ee, and now there's nothing.
Oh, no.
You are still a ghost. I still hear nothing.
So
So I'm going to host the interview now. This is my time. I'm going to snap my fingers. I'm going to do my check. 3, 2,
Can you
1.
hear me? Oh, no.
Hey, guys. Welcome back to Frezzman. It's your host, TimeSix. Oh, shit.
There
Oh,
we
shit.
are.
There he goes. He's back.
Damn it.
I think.
Oh. You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. You cut out for. Oh.
Oh.
And now he's mega gone.
Damn it. Hold on. Wait, you can't hear me. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I made it.
Hey, you made it.
Yeah, my internet decided to shit the bed on me.
It just said, shut up.
Shut up. Just shut up. I don't even care. But, what were we talking about? Sonic feet pics?
Yeah, we were talking about Sonic feet pics and why Force Unleashed 2 sucked, but also wasn't that bad.
Yeah. I think the end twist is fucking terrible.
Yeah, the part where they're like, hey, choose your ending, and it's the same ending for both choices.
Oh no, like the bad ending just up and gives away the twist?
Yeah, right. Like, there was just God, just lazy writing, man. The good. Well, there is no good ending. Both endings are, you are a clone. It's just gaslighting.
The bad
gaslighting or
bad
death.
ending to the first. The bad ending to the first game is my favorite, where you just get your shit stomped in by the Emperor.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Holy shit, I did forget about that.
You do not make it out.
Yeah, he.
And then in one of the DLC missions, you kill Luke Skywalker.
I was gonna say, yeah, because you get that really fucking cool ass outfit too.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh no.
Oh.
So, I think it's beginning to become on par with the Sonic the Hedgehog community. not the pure side of it.
Yeah.
But the degeneracy.
The 2011 Deviant Art degeneracy.
Or more like the 2021 Deviant.
Oh, I did not go. I have not been to Deviant Art in years. I was like, I want to look.
Twitter throws it at me for.
Oh, well, that's good.
It's like, oh, cool video game news. It's like, here's some furry porn. I'm like,
Oh, that's not video game news. Is that Sonic?
Is that Freddy Fazbear?
Is that Freddy Fazbear voring tails? Okay.
Oh. Oh. Is this hell? Am I in hell?
Am I in hell? Sure is kind of comfy in here.
I figured I'd be here sooner. I don't like that. Well, okay. So I used to, years ago, I used to be on Tumblr.
Mm-hmm.
Not actively participate, just sort of watch the nightmare from a distance.
Yeah, watch the shit show.
And I am accepting of people's fan fictions and whatnot to a degree.
Okay.
But there was one that hit like that nerd center in my brain. And it was when Force Awakens came out. And it's like, oh, look at this fan art of Rey and was it Captain Phasma in a loving relationship.
And that how did that hit you?
And my brain clicked on and I'm like, wait, those two characters have never met. Like they've never seen each other.
So
what do you want?
You did the glasses push up. You did that.
Excuse me.
Actually.
Actually, they've never met, so this is impossible.
Canonically, that shouldn't be even possible.
Dude, I almost had a moment like that in a comic shop.
Oof. Bad place to do it too.
Yeah, but the problem is they were wrong.
Yeah, that sounds about on par with that.
And it was like wrong, but confidently wrong.
Oof. Okay.
Yeah. Like it was the guy who owns the store and he's talking, or not owns the store, it's like somebody who works under him.
Okay.
And they're like, well, actually, Deadpool is a different character when he puts on the mask than when he takes off the mask.
What?
And I'm looking at some comics and I can hear it in like the side of my head starts burning. The Rolodex is just. I'm like, it's not. No.
I can't accept this. I can't accept this at all.
And I'm like, I'm a grown adult. I don't need to be getting into an argument at the fucking comic store.
I will not argue with the man at the comic book store.
Like, please, God, please. I'm like, and they just kept like doubling down. Like, yeah, totally. It's totally, when he puts the mask on, then he takes it off, and then he's like normal. And I'm like, but his body's made of cancer. I'm like, I'm like, you're so unbelievably wrong.
Stop saying things. Stop it.
and I had this thought of like, how did you get to work here? Like, who do you know?
Yeah, really. Who do you know, or what have you done to get this position?
Who did you sell comics to get this job? It's just, but thankfully I'm like, here are my comics I want to buy. I need to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, just throw your comics down and just run.
Yeah, they're like, have a nice day. I'm like, yeah, you too.
Yeah. Hey, have a nice day. Shut up and just run.
Well, like, me and my friend like get in her car, and then the minute I shut the door, I'm like, oh my god. She's like, what happened? I'm like, oh, that person.
Ooh.
Ooh, just sitting there sweating.
Veins popping out of your forehead. He said that's not correct.
It was wrong.
Fight the masculine urge to not correct him.
Fight the masculine urge to correct something you clearly know something about.
I used to get like that I used to be such an audio snob. I still am, but that's more of like me to me. You know, that's one of those things that's like, I will never let that side come out. However, when I'm like making a little like ambient, or when I'm working with audio, then I'll let that snob come out, but that's just me against me. But I used to be like that towards like everything. If I heard like, you know, fucking reverb on an 808, or if I heard something that's not correct, if like the beat itself is sidechained to just the kicks, I'd be like, ew, that's wrong, ew. And it was so annoying. None of my friends gave a shit.
So if I do the rest of this interview, just turn away from my mic.
Or better yet, you could oh, actually, if you really want to get it triggered, you gotta, if you have anything with like sugar, like a sugary drink, take a swig of it, and then just like the rest of the interview, just, hey guys. Yeah, exactly. That one. Oh, I hate audio, or I hate mouth noises so much.
I'm totally not uncapping it.
Yeah, you're totally not. I totally didn't hear it.
Oh no, I held the bottle up to the microphone. Join me for the ASMR of me fucking up my arm.
Yeah. Join me. We're both going to have a bad time.
So how do you feel about like not ASMR per se, but like binaural audio in a non-ASMR video?
Bad.
Okay. I like Demolition Ranch.
Mm-hmm.
I like just watching shit blow up.
Yeah, I used to watch
But
Demolition Ranch a few times.
Something about their audio mixing drives me up the fucking wall.
Yeah.
Because they have the single mic, and that's fine. But then as he's like moving around the camera, the audio's changing directions.
Oh, yeah, right.
And so I'm like, God, stop. Stop moving.
Yeah, I don't understand why they don't just get like this little, you know, cheap little microphones to attach to their t-shirts. Because it's like, you're not doing audio profession. Just keep it right to you. Just keep a microphone on
Use your phone to record.
Yeah, you know, just, you don't have to have high definition audio. You just need to make sure that the sound isn't traveling around my fucking head.
Yeah. Or that somebody somewhere can hear you.
Yeah, right. That was another thing that, like, I used to go on, like, little tangents on Twitter way back then. Because I always wanted to help out small creators. I still do. I still want to give out, like, information and advice on anything. I don't know the YouTube algorithm. I'm not Mr. Beast. However, I have a great idea of how it works, on how something happens. I know the very basic equation to succeeding in the algorithm. And also, I know how to, like, make better quality. I personally don't think my quality's great. It's a lot better than what it used to be. But in my older videos, my quality, it wasn't great. It was very, very low quality, but it was still quote unquote clean. Except for my reverb videos. I have no idea why I applied reverb to my voice. I thought it was so unique. I thought I was doing something cool and creative. No, it was just stupid. But anyway, I would come across these these channels, and they would be like, they would either DM me or reply to my comments being like, hey, check out my channel. And I'm not going to sit there and say no. I used to be like that. I used to be in that, I have 12 subscribers. I want someone to click on my stuff. So I'd check them out. Yeah. And the video is just very loud thunder, very, it's the cliche stuff, very loud thunder, very loud, I don't know, rain in the background, and then it's just
free public domain sound effects.
Yeah, literally though. And then it's just, so when I was watching and it's just like, oh, hey, whoa, you're blowing my fucking eardrums out here, buddy. You're kind of killing me. And it was with their phone quality. So they would hold it up and they'll just right into the fucking microphone. And I was like, I don't like that. I know I am very anal when it comes to stuff. So I know I'm a little bit, and by a little bit, I mean extremely extra when it comes to this. But I would just go on these tangents about being like, please clean up your audio. Please take the time to study your room, the reverb in your room, to find out how to apply noise reduction in Audacity. It doesn't take long, but it's going to take some time. And then people, literally though, people would just be like, what's some good tips for Audacity? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know your microphone. I don't know if you're using an interface. I don't know if you're using a USB mic, and I don't know what your effects are. And then that's all I would go. And then so they would, I had this one person, I won't state names because I'm not here to start drama. However, they would constantly complain to me. I followed your advice. My audio still sucks. Oh, let me take a look at your audio. And then it's just they would have their fans on in the background. They would have their windows open. They wouldn't edit out cars driving by. They wouldn't edit out mouth noises. And I was just like, how am I supposed to help you when you're not even noticing the obvious stuff? I can't.
I will provide a simulation.
Yeah.
I don't know why my audio sucks. I don't get it. I don't see why.
Literally though.
What's the problem?
And it was that, but then they were narrating. It was that exact noise, but it was, whereas a lot of they didn't have a pop filter, which don't get me wrong, I started TimeSix broke. I mean, nothing to my name. A pop filter is $7. I think the one I'm using now is $7. I have seen and heard people use just socks on top of their microphone, and it works. So I was like, you can't sit here and tell me, I can't afford the good stuff. Everyone starts off with the bad stuff. Most of the people start off with the bad stuff.
Oh yeah, but that's what makes it endearing, is that it sucks.
Yeah, right. That kind of has that whole nostalgic to it. Even when I was listening to my old stuff, I was kind of like, God, this is trash. Well, look how far this has come. That's crazy. But yeah, man, it's just, I get so anal with audio.
What was the one that there was? Oh, so I was watching this video where this guy's talking about how he moved into a new place, but his audio sounds fantastic. But he goes, "This is me right now," and it's a photo of him at his desk with his microphone, but then he's completely covered in a bed comforter.
Yeah, I was gonna say in a giant blanket.
Yeah. He just looks like a giant mound.
I wanted to do that when I very first started off TimeSix. I wanted to quote unquote create a little studio. I just didn't have the proper space for it. I shouldn't say that. I just didn't want to put a blanket around me.
Yeah.
I always get very hot very fast, so I didn't want to put a blanket over me. However, that works though. That's the thing. That genuinely works. You don't need no fancy $500, foam installed into your room. Bro, just grab a blanket to stop your voice from bouncing, and bada boom, you got clean audio. Cleaner audio.
Well, I mean, just Well, just the difference that having an interface makes.
Oh, absolutely.
I got mine on sale.
Ooh. I got mine for Christmas last year. Can you fucking believe that? They got me my friend got me
I
an
don't
interface.
think I don't think I could ask for that for Christmas.
I didn't. That's the crazy part. I was like, because he was able to like pretty much trick it out of me. He was like, oh, I feel like getting into streaming. What's some good microphones and stuff that I should get? And I was like, oh, well, you should get this. However, you have a deeper voice, so I would recommend this. I have more of a medium, higher pitched voice, so I would prefer, if I could, I would grab this mic, and that's all you needed to hear. He's like, oh, he wants this. He gets this. And also, what's a good audio interface? Oh, blah, blah, blah. I recommend this, and this, and this. Okay, I'll grab that one. And that was it.
Yeah.
That was my gift. I told him my fucking gift without even realizing it.
Yeah, no.
Scooped it right out of me. I was so
Like
annoyed.
an interface for Christmas, and then it's like, no, I got you this interface. I found it on eBay.
Yeah, for me it was
Oh.
wow, you got me an interface. I got you an Amazon gift card, $20.
I got you a crisp handshake.
Yeah, I got you. Sort of crisp. That my hands get really sweaty. I got you a sweaty handshake. Here you go. You're welcome.
I got you an uplifting thumbs
Yeah.
up. I sometimes I hate that I talk with my hands.
Oh, I've been talking with my hands actually. Even in this interview. I have my
Yeah.
hands thrown up everywhere.
I keep giving like a thumbs up to nothing.
Yeah, right. Even when I was talking about doing the crisp
Yeah,
handshake, I even raised my arm up like a handshake, and I was like, "Why did
Me too.
like yeah, right? Like, why did you do that? There is nobody here."
Well, so I think what helps me when I do interviews is that there's a specific spot in my room that I look at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Well,
Though.
so what helps me is I have a clown skeleton.
I do not know what you mean. You are on your own.
There's no hidden meaning here. It's straight up like a Halloween decoration of a skeleton with like a clown nose and a hat.
So you
And
stare at
it's
you stare at the clown.
yeah, it's only like a foot tall, but it's like a little plastic guy. But he's thumbtacked up on my wall, so he's directly above and in the middle of my two monitors. So I just talk at him, so it keeps my head in the same spot.
No, actually, yeah, I have a little webcam that I've never plugged in, and I just look at that if I'm trying to like, especially when like a story has like dialogue and I'm trying to make it seem like a little bit more realistic. I'll just look at the web camera, and just kind of like simulate dialogue that way. However, it's not a clown skeleton, so I'm not on par with that one.
Get on.
Yeah,
my
yeah.
level.
Sorry, I'm such a scrub. Oh, he still uses a
Well,
webcam. Pfft, embarrassing.
Well, it's weird because whenever I refer to the wonderful party people at home, and I'm doing it right now, which is the weird thing, but there's like, I don't want to say it's like the corner of my room, but there's like a light fixture near the corner of my room, and I will like gesture at that. Like in you party people at home over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's weird because like back when I first started this show or even my channel, like I'm pretty sure you had this too, but like the minute you hit record, all of your thoughts would just kind of leave you.
Yeah, you just go void. Oh, I hate that so much.
I'm gonna make a funny joke. Hit record.
And then you finally remember the joke, but you absolutely butcher the punchline or you butcher the delivery.
It's been like 20
Yeah.
minutes. Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. But this, I've got. It sounds like I'm regressing, but I've gotten way better at talking to myself.
That's crazy, man. You seeing anybody? Like professionally?
Staring into the mirror. So what are you doing later? So I was on a VC call with Lady Spookaria and Weekly Creeps.
Mhm.
And I've gotten so comfortable talking to myself that I occasionally do it when I'm not recording. But it helps me like remember like stuff I'm supposed to
Oh,
do.
absolutely, yeah.
But it's not that, how do I word it? Like I've heard other people talk to themselves, and it's that quiet like, oh, I gotta remember to, did I leave the stove on?
Right.
That sort of thing. but no, it's for me it's full volume. Like, what the fuck am I doing? Wait, where is that thing I left?
Yeah, it's blatant conversation.
Yeah,
That's how I do it.
And they heard me, like I forgot to mute my mic. And so for like 10, 15 minutes, they heard me trying to find the stuff to make coffee. And there was a moment I remember so vividly where I grabbed the coffee filters and all this, and I'm stopped in the middle of my room. I'm like, wait, what was I doing? As I'm staring at the coffee maker holding the filter.
And they're like, oh, what the fuck?
And then I sit back down. I'm like, all right, guys, I'm back. And they're like, what the fuck was that?
Is anybody there?
Well, am I really on a call right now?
No, I do that too, actually. Actually, I think that's the funniest part is when I'm doing like audio stuff at like 3, 4 in the morning. I'm already narrating to myself. But then there's times where, like, if there's like a typo in the story or whatever, I'll be sitting there and I'm like, I'll take a pause. And next year I'm like, wait, what the fuck does that say? What the fuck are they trying to say? And I'll just sit there. I'm just like, almost like arguing with myself, trying to figure out oh, maybe they meant this. No, that doesn't make any sense. Just 4 in the morning. If anybody were awake or if anybody walked by, they would just think I'm genuinely insane.
What was the... Oh, God. Like, you ever go back and you look at one of your older videos and you want to redo it?
I did just do that, actually.
I have several videos that I want to do.
Yeah?
Redo again.
Is it like interviews or just like old videos?
I tried my hand at reviews.
Okay.
And the things I reviewed, was it the show Video Game High School, which that show's bad, real bad. But that's a whole other. I think it's because I lack. Like I have the image of what I want it to look like in my head, but my grasp on editing isn't good enough to get that idea out there.
No, I understand that. I used to struggle with that a lot. Being like, I know exactly what I want it to look like, so why doesn't it look like that?
I wanted to zoom in here. I don't know how to zoom.
Yeah, when I got into Premiere and everything, I literally was like, I will learn the ins and outs of this fucking software. And then I did. And then I hated it. It just made me hate Adobe software even more than I already did when I was learning Photoshop.
Thanks, I hate it.
Yeah, literally though, like, oh, that's what that does? Wait, what the fuck is this? Wait, what the fuck is that? Wait, why did it crash?
Why is it taking 10 minutes to load?
Yeah, right.
Or the fun of it taking a toll on your CPU. So it's like, oh, I'm watching a YouTube video in the background. Why is the video buffering when I'm moving the timeline over here?
I built specifically my RAM up entirely for rendering. I know I need to upgrade my graphics card, but I have about 40 gigs of RAM in this thing. and it's just it's orgasmic.
Ooh.
I'll hit render on like
That's-
a 48-minute long video, and it's done in 20 minutes, and I'm like, oh, do it again. I'll render
That's
it
nice.
again.
That's
That's so
real nice.
fucking hot.
Oh, yeah, render
Yeah,
that
God,
shit.
render it again. Do it again.
render slower this
Yeah.
time.
Oh, do it slower. Oh, render slowly for me.
Yeah, you validate those
Oh
files.
yeah. Oh fuck. Oh yeah. You check those audio clips. Oh god.
I just have this I'm so used to like seeing the render, the render screen for hit film,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just imagining like sitting there watching that bar tick down with like a cigarette. Just
Yeah. Right. You're just tied up. You're handcuffed. Rubber mask, and it's just holding a cigarette in its mouth, and you're like, oh god, yeah.
no, I'm sitting here fully clothed, but I have like the gimp hood on with like the zipper mouth,
Right.
and then I just slowly unzip it and then gently place a non-lit cigarette.
You just kind of tape it to the monitor, and you're like, yeah, there you go.
Then when I'm done puffing on the cigarette, I pull the cigarette out and it clearly has like lipstick on it. In the distance, you can hear "Goodbye Horses." Oh, please tell me you've seen Silence.
Oh,
of the
I
Lambs.
have. Oh, I knew exactly what you meant with that.
Oh, good.
Would you fuck me?
Well, on my end,
I would.
I was met with silence, so I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, it was just silence of just being like, what the fuck? I should have done that just
Like,
for the
did I
joke.
fuck
I
up?
should have been
Did I
like,
fuck
what are you talking about? Just to make it so awkward.
What are video games?
Yeah, what the fuck are you doing?
I was talking to somebody about this the other day, and I'm happy that I've not. How do I word it? When I was in like middle school, high school, it was still like not taboo to play video games. It was still like, you play video games,
Yeah.
But I'm glad that as I've become an adult, it is now cool to play.
It's the norm, right? It's the normal thing to do.
Yeah,
like-
and that
That made me.
I'm glad I showed up at the right
Yeah,
time.
right. Actually, the annoying part is, I used to play, especially. Oh, you know what? I hated the hate that Minecraft got. It became popular, and next, everyone's like,
one?
"Ew, Minecraft." So you watch your fucking mouth. You watch your mouth when
Wait, which one?
when people talk about Minecraft. Back then, it was like,
yeah.
oh shit, Minecraft, fun as hell. And then it became the YouTube thing, and now everyone's like,
Same with Fortnite.
yeah, exactly. And it's like, man, I loved Minecraft. You watch your fucking mouth when you badmouth
I
the
still
grandfather.
love Minecraft. I still love Minecraft, but I refuse to do any of like the things that you see in any of the videos.
I haven't
Here's how to build a piston. I'm like, I'm digging a hole.
yeah, no, I want to dig hole to go down.
Look, I made a pit into nothing.
Isn't that awesome? Yeah.
I can throw things in there, including more items.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Would you look at that? Wow.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I when I got into Minecraft, it was around its release date. Actually, I got into it pretty early, and I was like, this game is just nice. I would get home from school and have like just like a stressful day, and I would just open up Minecraft and just listen to that music and just kind of do whatever. I didn't do anything fancy. I just kind of like, here's a little hut. I'm gonna go mine diamonds, or I'm gonna look for diamonds. And then for years, like for the next like 4 years, everyone was like, dude, Minecraft is just nice. Like, hell yeah, let's all go play Minecraft. And then like, I want to say like 2015 happened. And next thing you know, it was just like, Minecraft became like the new thing. And it became everywhere. Like,
Well, it also became this bizarre spiral of like, look, Minecraft's popular, but like a lot of Minecraft YouTubers are like creepy.
I was going to say, a lot of them are what I like to call pedophiles.
Yeah. I believe the scientific term
Yeah.
is. But I just like see that sort of news that you see all too fucking often. Like that's the reason I don't like checking like the trending tab of Twitter.
It's why I stopped using Twitter for so long. I only got back into it because I was like, shit, I kind of miss shit posting. But then even then, you open it up and it's like, you'll see like a streamer that you know or like a YouTuber that you know, and it's like, I must not click.
Yeah. Well, like and it's gone to the point where like if I see an actor's name,
Same thing.
it's like, oh, Jack Nicholson's on trending. I'm like, oh shit.
No, oh fuck.
What happened?
Is he dead or is he a
dead?
groomer or is he racist? Fuck, he is all three.
Somehow they found a like crystal clear 1080p video of him being creepy.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, okay, so I won't name the YouTube person.
Well.
I don't think it's anybody either of us know because they're so far up that weird Tower of Babel that we exist on. But I'll say they were very, very, very popular in like early YouTube.
Is it someone in our genre or someone just in YouTube?
In
Oh,
YouTube.
okay.
So you might know who I'm talking about, but they were so they were accused of doing questionable things
Doing stuff.
with their cat.
Oh, yes. All you have to do is just
Yeah.
say, "Oh, they did stuff with their cat," and it's like
Yep.
soon enough, pretty much the entire internet is like, "Oh, I know what you're talking about."
Yeah. But I like it's not so much the accusation, but it's his follow up.
Oh my god, yeah, the
Of, like,
tweet that he made.
Yeah, and, like there was like I think it was like an Instagram video of him just like I didn't fuck my cat.
It's like
and everybody's like that sounds like somebody. who
yeah,
fucks
that
his
sounds
cat."
like something someone would say if they fucked their cat.
Yeah. Methinks someone doth protest too much.
That was like, I felt really bad. I did, because it was like his whole excuse, because it came from like a podcast that he was on for like an episode.
Yeah.
And at the time, this was like, I think this was even before 2012, when the internet's jokes were just kind of like just weird. It was blatantly offensive.
Scattershot random.
Yeah, literally. It was just scattershot, like, hey, it's either going to be blatantly racist, blatantly sexist, or just stupid. It could either be like le epic troll joke, or it could just be incredibly racist. It was kind of up to fate on what it would be. But it was like that. That's how the internet was before 2012.